Okay, I don't know how I feel about the fact that there are now lyrics in my songs again.
Do your songs normally not have lyrics?
No, because I hate talking over other people talking.
This is why you use Chill Hop.
Well, I mean, I think something happened with Pretzel. Granted, we haven't done this in 3 weeks. So, yeah, Pretzel might have reset itself and I need to go back and turn off words.
Yeah.
Like, stop playing words. No, well, no, the instrumental check is checked.
Try YouTube safe.
Yep, YouTube safe is there. Allow mature, instrumental, all of them are checked. But for some reason, words are there. I don't like this.
Which station is on it?
That's a great question. It's EDM.
That's weird with eating with words.
Yeah. I don't like it. Anywho. Yes, young, we are back. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for June 2nd, 2022. Happy Pride Month, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, however you choose to identify. Happy Pride Month. Thank you. I am one of your hosts, possibly sure that he is COVID-free. Matrix Marcus is in the building.
Only 66% COVID free.
Possibly.
Not
who knows?
66%.
And I will get into that in a second. Of course, I'm joined this week and every week that I'm here. Kevin's in the building.
Hey-o.
And of course, we're joined this week by the crispiest of crisp. Sinziak is in the building.
Well, hello there, girls, gays, and theys. How's it going?
There you go.
I love it. I love
Gotta love it. Oh my god, it's been fucking 3 weeks. Things have happened.
it. A lot has happened.
A lot has happened. Most of it with me. So yeah, for those who don't know, yes, we took a break the second week in May because I was rebuilding a server that apparently had a outage, a huge fucking outage that took me several hours into the night to fix. And I was exhausted that day. I was exhausted that Thursday. Follow that up with an amazing, and I need to I'm going to post the video somewhere. Twitch meetup at Special Event Co. in Apex, North Carolina, which unfortunately had the added unbenefit of becoming a COVID spreader event. Which yours truly, for the first time in 868 days.
Not that you were counting or anything.
I mean, I wasn't. I Googled it. Because I really wanted to know how long it had been. But after 868 days, I tested positive for COVID-19.
Hated to see it.
Give them an F in chat.
Yeah.
Pay F for respects.
If ever there was an argument for masks, social distancing, not being in a huge group of people, period, and being vaccinated and boosted, I'm gonna tell you something. It felt so great to be vaccinated to where when I caught it, it was nothing but like a head cold. Like the worst of the symptoms were on that third Thursday. But at that point, I was like, you know what, Bucket, we're just gonna have a vacate. All right, Sam, I got you.
Calm down, it's okay.
He's like, zoom. Like, see the seriousness in my face.
Extreme close-up.
Well, why y'all like this?
Because that's how that was.
A mess. The whole lot of you.
But yeah, the brunt of the sickness happened on the third Thursday. We figured that May was a wash.
Yeah.
May was a wash at this point. I'm not even going to fucking worry about it. So I just took a vacation. We need it. So yeah. I also, like I said, I am pretty sure I'm COVID free because the antigen test, the test that you get from the mail, they pretty much
Which,
say
by the
I'm
way,
negative.
if you haven't applied for, you should.
Yes, because you get 8 now.
Ooh.
Get 8 of them. I only still have 4 because my test came in when I was sick. So they stayed in the mailbox for 3 days. And it's hot now. So I'm pretty sure those tests are bad. Alex, thank you for that follow. Really do appreciate it. Shit, what was it? Oh yeah, so they're saying that the antigen test, according to the nurses that took my wife's COVID test today, the antigen test pretty much tell you like what your like viral load is, and if it's showing up negative, then you should be good. If you take the PCR test that you would normally get at like a hospital, a doctor's office, the ones that take hours to get results back, they are saying that that the COVID results will return positive, possibly for weeks on end. Because it is taking whatever minuscule DNA of COVID, amplifying that, and then saying if they detect even the smallest amount that you have COVID, they will give you positive. So yeah, the nurses at Duke Health here in the Raleigh-Durham area told my wife, said, yeah, look, you can keep coming here, but you will possibly be testing positive for months at this point. Which, of course, if I was at my other job, I will continue to come back until it says negative. But now, because I have really nothing to lose, I'm at home all the time anyway. I just want to go to the store and pick up shit. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
All I've ever wanted.
All I ever wanted.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure that I am negative, but not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure that my pages were where they needed to be. But I did pick up some stuff during my COVID lockdown. I picked up some mobile phone controllers.
Ooh, backbones.
Yeah, so I got the backbone for the iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And this is my first, but also maybe not even my first Razer device. This is the Razer. When I bought it, it was called the Razer Kishi.
Oh, yeah.
But this week, they changed the name of it. So now it's like what's even weird is like on the back, and I'm not sure if this plays. But like it says Game Vice on the back of it. There is like a Razer logo on this little padding here. It's like etched in. But the device says Game Vice, and they've actually changed the name. When you go and buy this thing, it's like Game Vice something. I didn't pay any attention to it. I should have. But yeah, now it's called the Game Vice. So now I can act like it's not a Razer device. I definitely don't own a Razer device. I was like, please tell me it's like a backbone equivalent for Android. With like, no, it's either the Game Vice or nothing. But both of them work pretty well. And again, and I am I'm glad I picked these up because I was able to really kind of go in on some Game Pass cloud gaming stuff. And again, I will say cloud gaming on Game Pass is there. It is there now.
Yes.
I am willing to recommend it on iOS, on Android. It is there. I am happy.
That's good.
But hey, iOS and Android also has some really good fucking games on there. So, been playing some Smash Brothers clone. I got some Castlevania on there on the Apple Arcade. Oh, Apex Legends Mobile launched during COVID or during my COVID break.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I'm against a whole bunch of bots or I'm just playing against a whole bunch of people who do not know how to play an FPS on a mobile phone with the touchscreen. But me with a controller, I'm mopping up fools on some Apex Legends. Call of Duty Mobile is really good. It's great. Like, and I think that's what it is. Like because I'm using the backbone and everybody else is like using touchscreen. They're not as good as I am, and I'm okay with that. You too can buy a backbone or a Razer Kishi. The Razer Kishi is actually cheaper. I think when they switched to Game Vice, they dropped the price down to $50.
Mm-hmm.
So
they didn't have the brand.
Actually, I bought it on sale for $50. So under Kishi, I bought it for $50. Okay. But yeah, like I was telling the gentleman before we started, I picked them up before I found out I was diagnosed with COVID. So it was a nice little distraction for me when they came in, because I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna be stuck upstairs like watching TV and playing video games. I got a shit ton of Apple and Android games to get through. Let me go ahead and set these up, and yeah, I love them. I love this thing so much. But that's enough about me. Kev, what have you been doing these past 3 weeks?
Oh, and I kind of didn't allude to last week, but I went out on a date.
Good.
Yep. So, bestie, my classmate that came down for like her daughter's graduation, and so we just kind of like she committed to like spend the day with me, a couple of hours with me, and so I was like, I'm gonna clear my whole schedule because I don't know how it was gonna all go down, and then we just had some lunch and tooled around the city and talked about like how basically talked about how country our town was, and I'm like, it's still it's so country here, and I'm like, it's very country indeed.
We got 2 stoplights now though.
Yeah, it's like, look, we got a Walmart and then a smaller Walmart.
What?
Right? What? Oh, so yeah, so that was cool. It's really good to just like really good to be around somebody that's like not my mom. B, it's good to be around being like sitting in a restaurant, even though like, sanitizer was at the ready. We kind of had our masks close by just in case, but it was like it felt really good to just be in a restaurant with someone and then just enjoy a person's company. And that was by far like the most like good feeling out here. And so we just like chilled, hung out, and what else did I do? Played a lot of, I think, beat Kirby. We beat Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's always good because it's like, it is really like, y'all remember that Data Dave TikTok that he did for Kirby where it was like, you're in a post-apocalyptic land where danger is all around you. And then he's like, featuring Kirby. And I'm like, yep, that's it. That's all it is. It's a post-apocalyptic Kirby game. And I'm with it, and I had a good time with it.
I heard that most Kirby games are post-apocalyptic.
It's more or less like it's in their own world. Like, it's in, like, Dreamland, or what's called Popstar. And then this one was, like, a portal to a different world that was, like, a city civilization. So there was a civilization there, but there's like nobody there anymore. So it's just like the quote unquote animals have taken over,
Do
and
they
the animals,
explain what happened to the people?
they really don't. I think it was like it's like the day of it's one of those like day of calamity type things where mankind had built great cities, built for great technology, and one day it all went away in the day of calamity, and then the day of calamity happens and a whole bunch of shit cooks off,
Mm.
and then like the earth takes over itself, and yeah,
What if
you
Kirby
have
caused the day of calamity?
that would be interesting, but it's like the way they explained how came to this world is kind of interesting. Where it literally was like, oh, so we're pretty much contact now. They're like, oh, you're Mewtwo, but not really. Okay. Oh, yeah. So it was just a really good like chill, but then there were moments where I'm like, okay, this is Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls now. This is just Dark Souls now. Okay, so this is Dark Souls. Bad. All right. Never played Dark Soul game, but this is it now. So yeah, it was good. It was cute. It was light. We finished that. That was great. Tried Alien Chronicles. Didn't really take. My time at Porsche came back up, so that's gonna be the new gaming addiction because not Porsche, Sandrock. My time at Sandrock, which is kind of like a sequel to Porsche. And
Every time I hear
Porsche,
that, I keep thinking of Gundam Wing.
oh yeah, yeah. The Sandrocks.
Yeah,
Wait,
Katra.
no, Sandrock. Sandrock was the
Katra's Gundam.
yeah, Catcher Baba winner. Yeah, and Catcher and the Mawanat Core. Oh, don't get me talking about War
Great.
Wing.
Now,
Oh,
damn it, I gotta go back and watch Gundam Wing again. All right.
oh, I love them. I hated that show, but I love the Mawanats.
What?
Oh, they was so good.
How do you hate Gundam Wing?
I hate Gundam Wing.
How do you hate Gundam Wing?
It's not as good as we remember.
Oh no, it's still great. Damn it.
No, have you seen it recently?
Yes.
How recently?
Like probably a year ago. I want to say I was living here when I saw it last.
Okay, if you've seen it within a year, okay, sure.
It's the story. It is the story. Like politics. Like that taught me about pacifism. I tried to live a pacifist lifestyle. And then like as an adult, I watched that. I was like, yeah, Relina wasn't even being a pacifist. What the fuck was she on?
Like, not even like the concept of like, okay, I mean, like, before I get into this, the confines of like national defense is like one thing. You could be like, hey, you walk your ass over here, we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But to say like total pacifism in like the vein of they can invade us, blow up our cities, and we totally are not gonna do anything. Fuck out of that.
Yeah, like
you
no,
know,
like, what are you doing?
I understand if it's like we're not getting into fights, but don't you fucking come over here. That part. But to be like,
She was relying too much on Hito. That's what it was. She's like, I'm not gonna fight you, but my man gonna come over here. He gonna fuck shit up for me. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm too busy fighting this dude.
My sociopathic boyfriend, who tore up my birthday invitation, wiped my tear, and threatened to kill me.
Right.
And then tried to kill her in the next episode.
Right.
And then it's like, dun, 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 and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I can't.
The beginning of that show is not great.
No,
I mean, it's the ending though. It's like once Epion shows up, like the whole White Fang shit, and then the movie, Endless. Come on, man, Endless Waltz. You can't just sleep on that.
I mean, like I'll rewatch it and then be like, all right, do hate watches and whatnot and talk about shit. I mean, I can't deny the popularity that thing had a chokehold on my teenage years. But for the life of me, it's like, but as I've like watched better Gundam series, even Gundam series that that I ultimately skipped, like 80 and 83 and like some of the other movies and then Zeta, it's like, yeah, this was not good. This wasn't good. And then you watch IBO and then the origin movies of my youth, and then like people are telling me like, dude, watch Unicorn, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I couldn't get into Unicorn. Seed though, I love Seed.
Seed was good.
I want to see that Fighters one again. I don't know where that one is. That isn't like Crunchyroll at this point.
What, you mean the Build Fighters?
No, it's the one where they got in these like latex suits and shit.
Oh, that's G Gundam.
Yeah.
And then they fight.
Yeah,
and
like
fight.
they were like that's how they fought World Wars. It's like, okay, come on, like why can't we just do that with basketball nowadays? Like why can't the Olympics just be who settled like what settles this shit?
Yeah, just get one dude named Chibity Crockett to fight for the United States, and and then
that's
he has
what
a
I want to see that.
And his Gundam takes his shirt off, and
ah, damn it. Damn it, now I've got to find this.
Look, I tell you, G Gundam is so much more entertaining than Wing is. And
I mean, yes, it is funny, entertaining. But again, if you were to give me a choice in Gundam Wing and G Gundam, I would still choose Gundam Wing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will choose G Gundam now because I haven't seen it in a while. But
I've watched G Gundam recently, and I say G Gundam is actually pretty good.
Damn it,
because I still have a lot of my series in Ways and Means, so I can always like dabble back.
I'm trying not to go that route, but I might.
If I can pull up my old links again, I'll let you know. If the place that I still has them, I'm gonna let you know.
I mean, it's not too much for me to just open up a subscription to Crunchyroll just to watch it.
I mean, I got that too, but I'm like, they got the ways of me.
You know how I am.
I trust you forever.
Anywho, we talking about anime and Gundam for way too long.
Yeah, I told you we was gonna jump in. Yeah. We were like, don't get me started on Gundam now. But yeah, that was. I think that was about it. Yep, that was good. But yeah, that's it for me. Hold
on, Merge. You didn't forget about your Crunchyroll subscription, like that Backblade subscription.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you were watching 300 episodes of DBZ. Isn't that the equivalent?
Major, you didn't have to do them like that.
I swear this shit scared the shit out of me again. That's why I left for 3 weeks. That shit. That's why I've been for 3 weeks. I've been fucked up for hearing that voice.
Well, we'll see y'all at the end of June.
I swear I'm about to throw my headphones off again.
Like the fuck is that? Major. I'm like, damn, he went.
Look, I know Diablo Immortal came out this week, but motherfucker.
He went full Cybertron. Cybertronium. Autobots transform and roll out.
See what's been going on this past month.
I mean, I'm over here being a whole demon, I guess. trying to tie up loose ends because I am preparing for a grand migration at the end of the month.
Ooh. The grand migration.
Everybody here already knows about that. That means that'll be the end of Tech Talk Thursdays as we know them, at least from this location, because I will be in a completely different location for them.
Gasp.
But
I'm excited about the shift of power that means, though.
Wait, there's a balance of power now?
I mean, since Anka left, it's been off for a bit.
Well, I mean, she's still in the area, I'm supposing, but I don't know how far from
But she's not on the show currently. So, of current hosts, it's been a sudden downward shift in power. A southernmost power.
And then I would be the last Georgian.
But got that going on, trying to work on these like work shenanigans. Got the little bullet journal in order for the month, so that's cool. Adulting is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, well, I suppose we have the what's going on this week stuff happening, but that'll be special times for next month because I have to plan to move and party and see everybody for the last time before I move several hours away. There's also I've been getting involved in a lot more tabletop related things too. So like, just there was a game that I played during MomoCon from my house because I was not at MomoCon. And then just episodes of different shows that I've been. We'll talk about those at the end of the show. But yeah, that's it. It's just me doing nerd shit, and I'm planning to do things and trying to be at least somewhat disciplined in the amount of writing I have to do. God, I have to do so much writing. And maybe this weekend, this is a spoiler because normally Major asks this at the end of the show, but Nails will be redoing these. Which reminds me, because we're here, also just thinking of, I've been going through stuff that I know that are coming up in games, like that I've backed on Kickstarter and that are in development. So I saw some of them come through, and I was just kind of like, I am very much looking forward to when the alpha versions of these things come out. So things like, if you are into that sort of stuff, Sky Climbers, which is basically a big open world Pokemon game. Or Pokemon, like it's like Pokemon meets Monster Hunter. It's really interesting. Then they have this other game called Crowsworn, which is like, imagine Hollow Knight but with guns. So looking forward to that. Very, very like Metroidvania, like Hollow Knight meets Salt and Sanctuary. It's going. I'm very much looking forward to this. And yeah, that's it. That's what's going on over here.
That's what's up. Awesome. Of course, we got some gaming news to talk about. We've got some tech news, nugs, if you will, to talk about. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yes, I guess since we're here.
First off, we're going to talk about our favorite platform, Twitter. For the longest time, they're finally in the news. They have not been in the news in years. They are finally in the news. However, this is something I want Twitch to take notice in, if they will. Twitter pays $150 million fine for using two-factor login details to target advertising.
I rolled my eyes so hard, they threatened to fall out of my head and give me a migraine. This is so annoying. First Elon and now this.
Oh, you mean Musk? Oh, you mean Muskie? Okay.
And I haven't seen any articles written about it, but I know the tweets have been going around about what he's been up to.
With his musky ass.
Yeah. Twitter targeted ads with phone numbers, email, and emails collected for security purposes. One, I'm just glad that, hey, Twitter pays up. But I bring this up because I want Twitch to take heed of this information. Because, like a dumb motherfucker, I gave them my phone number so that I could talk to some people in their verified chats. When, easier methods like, I don't know, two-factor authentication apps. Two-factoring would have been good enough to allow me to talk to people who have verified chats.
Because, Authy is right there.
I mean, like, Discord does this, so I don't understand what the problem is.
It's like they have it built in. They have it built in through Twilio, which owns Authy. Shit, like when you log in, Authy will give you a notification to get your Twitch two-factor. It's built in. Why did we use it? But yeah, like a motherfucker, like a dumbass motherfucker, I put in my phone number so I can talk to people in verified chats. Only to have my number used against me for that fucking copyright strike. Why the fuck are you texting me? I didn't give you the permission to use that number, to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're using a number that I gave you that I really didn't want to give you, to sit there and give me unsolicited text messages, there's no telling what the fuck they're using that number for. Why the fuck do you need my phone number? You can verify who the fuck I am through Twilio. My phone number is attached to it. That way you don't need to know. You just need to know that I have the ability to two-factor my shit and I am who the fuck I say I am.
That's right.
Twitch, take heed of this shit. Because I'm pretty sure there's someone who is angrier and have more money, time, and energy than I do. Will come for that ass. For that dumb shit. And scene. All right. Let's see.
We hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
In more Twitter news, because it just seems like Twitter is just fucking giving up. TweetDeck for Mac is going away. Just suddenly and out of the blue, when months ago they told us that they were going to rebuild the app from the ground up.
Is that what's going on? Well, and here's the thing, too. I'm asking this because I know that they already did this with Windows. Are they just like, hey, it's not going to be a desktop or on-machine application. You're going to have to use the web interface for this now? Is that what they're doing?
Yes, that's what they're doing. Which I use the web interface and an extension on Linux to get my TweetDeck fix. But I do like the fact that there is a standalone application that is not using up Chrome resources to fucking give me TweetDeck.
Well, I mean, you saw that, but then you know, by the end of the paragraph, they're just like, but what if we just included this with Twitter Blue? Like, y'all think this is something that people would want to actually pay money for?
Yes. Because TweetDeck doesn't have ads.
And it was like, what?
TweetDeck's I keep forgetting that Major is the kind of person who will give. We'll give a random body part of your choosing to just not have to deal with ads even once.
Yeah. It's talking to Major about something about an ad.
Car commercials.
Like I don't get ads.
We were talking about car commercials.
And you're like,
have you noticed it? They don't have car commercials? Nope. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't get ads. I see no ads. And I was like, okay.
This made me feel happy though. Ah shit, I forgot the why do websites not all just default go to dark mode? I hate this. Please hold for 1 second as I fix this HDR nonsense.
Please, we're gonna put you on a brief hold.
Yeah, talk amongst
yourselves. Wait a minute. Who did you look at the thing that they suggested though?
Wait, for what? Oh my god! Please do not tell me that the settings app is fucking broken. I can't even load the settings app.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh, there it goes.
Shit's going left.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not looking at it, so I have no idea what's going on.
Then what's happening?
So no, I looked at one of the suggestions that the article made for something to replace TweetDeck.
Oh, okay. We can go back to that real quick. Yeah, give me a second.
And it's a standalone. I was pasted the link in chat. It's It's a desktop
Oh,
application.
oh yeah, I use that on Windows. That's what I use
Like
for Windows.
I don't use this. I didn't know this existed. So I'm just like, excuse me?
Yeah, this is it right here.
So since you use it on Windows, tell me about it. Is it good?
I mean, it's TweetDeck.
Is it as advertised?
Yeah, I mean, it's right here. It's fucking TweetDeck.
Bruh, okay.
It is just literally fucking TweetDeck.
So I have like literally no reason. Like we have like no reason to be upset.
I mean, on Windows, sure. Is there a Mac and Linux version of it? I haven't
There is
looked.
a
I
Mac-
only use it on Windows.
It has Windows 64-bit, Microsoft Store, Mac OS, and Chrome. Like they have all of that at the very bottom of the screen. So
Okay. So then that solves the Mac problem, but not the Linux problem.
And it's also like a it's also browser. There's a browser-based version.
Yeah, that's again like that solves that's all. So like tweeting solves the Mac problem. I already solved it for Windows. It does not solve the Linux problem. But then the Linux problem is like I've already just been using TweetDeck for the web on Linux anyway. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I mean we
we
out. So we're out here.
Like, I'm like the way I need like I get super tired of like current iterations of Twitter, and I'm on Twitter like daily.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter like that on the desktop. On mobile, I'm not on it like that.
Like desktop, like mobile is more or less like I'm like not looking at my computer, or I'm looking at something and I just want to check my tweets.
Right.
Or I'm gonna tweet something.
Mobile, I had to like finally just decide to kind of like drop off, mostly because it was like, listen, there's only so much attention I have during the day, and the way that these notifications keep constantly popping up to remind me of things, everything else, and also just kind of like the impulse that you get into after a while, just checking things to see what's happening. I was just kind of like, let me just keep that on the desktop here, so I'm on the computer.
For me, it's like if I have downtime and I'm just bored, I'll do that. But any other time, it's like, yeah, I'm too busy to pull my phone out. I'm doing shit right now. I'm out here doing neurodivergent shit.
I can't talk right now. I'm doing neurodivergent shit. Got like an anime up, got Crunchyroll up, YouTube, Discovery Plus. I'm watching like a
that is a nightmare for me.
Oh, that's how I live.
Nightmare. I couldn't do that.
Like, you know that episode of like Next Generation where like Riker walks in Data's room, and it's like 20, 30 different pieces of music playing at the same time.
I could not.
And then it's like he's like, "Oh, this is how I relax." And I'm like, "Could you cut off like 15 of those?" So it's like that's me. I'm like, well, I'm sitting up there, I'm playing a game, I'm listening to a podcast, I got somebody stream up in the background, and you know, on the TV over here, it's like muted with like NHK World playing off a Fire Stick, like, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I live.
Like like when I go downstairs, like I'm trying to watch something on the TV. My wife's over there watching TikTok. My son's watching something on YouTube Kids, and I'm looking. If y'all do not shut this shit up, get some headphones, some AirPods, something. Motherfucker, this is too much.
I was like, y'all coming in? Sir, you coming into our chaotic space?
Which I do, and it's like, you know what? I'm leaving.
Like, we are happy. You are the only one that has the problem.
Like when I'm sitting up here and I'll open up TikTok, I pause my TV, to watch TikTok, and like I'll get into so much like a TikTok hole that the TV will just turn off. And I was like, oh shit, damn, I should probably get up and do something.
Yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times I've had to restart anime because I like got into like a TikTok. Like I'm watching like Aoshi or like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and I wouldn't do that with Legend of the Galactic Heroes, but I would do it with like Love All Play, like any sports anime. And then I'll just be like, TikTok, 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 and I look up at his credits, and I'm like, I didn't watch any of this. Hold on, let me scrub back.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this. This lady is helping out cryptocurrency scams or is helping put cryptocurrency scams where they belong, in the bin.
In the trash.
She threw it on the ground.
In the trash.
Her blog, Web3 is going just great, exposes the predatory practices of cryptocurrencies and NFT scams.
Mm-hmm.
Software engineer Molly White managed to not only catalyze the downfall of the crypto land scams, but generally spread awareness about the dangers of Web3, so scammers are less likely to indoctrinate more impressionable would-be investors. White is an avid Wikipedia contributor who's passionate about free and open knowledge and resources. Gotta love it. The Byte pointed us to her blog. The awesome satirically named Web3 is going just great. And in it, she highlights the missteps, hacks, and dodgy work arising from Web3, a blockchain-dominated new internet for anyone unaware. In fact, it's White who's been attributed to aiding in the downfall of the disturbing case of Cryptoland, the world's first crypto island marketed as a utopia for blockchain investors. The project poured millions into going physical, but now appears to be inactive after a whole expose from White that caused a bunch of investors to jump ship. The Seychelles Islands, The Seychelles, yeah. The Seychelles Island they plan to take over is even back on the market.
You gotta love it. Some heroes don't wear capes.
The hero we don't deserve, but we need right now.
Mm-hmm. They say they're the hero to save us. I'm not going to stand in the way.
Well, like, here's the thing that I appreciate about this and where it lands. It's probably going to encourage some people to get into it, but most importantly, she's doing a thing that I feel like I've said at least 5 million times about things like this, which is, hey, people who want other people to, if you're going to invest in this, at the very least, y'all should have somebody who pulls up and goes, hey, that's some nonsense. We're going to start calling y'all out so that y'all don't mess up this thing. At the very least, if it's a legit thing, that's effort you should be willing to make. But of course, leave it to the women to be like, let me just go ahead and lead the charge on that then, since y'all don't want to step the fuck up. And it's kind of like, Molly.
It's like the women lead the charge, the men co-opt it, and then it's like, it was our idea.
And then try to end up taking the credit. I just, you know what?
It was our idea the whole time.
Molly, I hope you're out somewhere getting your coins and credit for this.
That part. Because, and we're not saying like, well, for the most part we are. The NFT and cryptocurrencies is scams, but there are a lot of scams. But there are a lot of people, there are a lot of NFTs and cryptocurrencies that are scams. That are literally like designed to bilk people out of their money simply because they're the new hotness and everybody can, like, they see like potential wealth invested in it, even though in the terms of gaming it's like literally like a 4-letter word. It might as well be like, you know, the most nasty, dirtiest of slurs out there, because as soon as you got NFTs or blockchain or Web3 attached to a product, people are literally like, oh hell no, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was like this game Crossworld. I don't know if we're gonna be talking about Crossworlds, Ni no Kuni Crossworlds, but yeah, it was like, oh cool.
I thought about it and it was like, no.
Okay, so I'll just mention it. It was like very much like, oh, okay, I'll look into it because it's on PC. Oh, it's got like, oh, we're gonna be entertaining NFT support. Yeah, I'm about to let that go.
That's a delete for me.
That's a no, I'm good. Because I'm like
the amount of people who have seen hey, here's this platform that we use for doing something. Ooh, they said they're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go. Like
I need to
favorite.
leave. Need to exit
I mean, like,
expeditiously.
favorite game and favorite game for the favorite game of the third
Like for
place.
example, like Linktree.
Yeah.
Actually, this isn't on our show notes. Can we talk about that for a second?
What happened
Yeah.
with Linktree this time?
Guess what they decided to jump into?
I don't know. No. Wait. Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
You did, and I'm just like,
And it was like,
Hey.
and it was just like, and I just made my first Linktree link, like about a month ago.
Yeah, I went to Beacon when they were doing some shady shit with the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
so this is the thing, right? While we're here, I'm gonna look directly into the camera. Let me talk to y'all for a second about something, just real quick. Ridiculous things like this are gonna cause me to have to remind y'all that there are places and platforms that you can build for free or really cheap. If you want to make a stylized list of links or whatever, it's not hard. Templates for this stuff exist. And it's things like this where you go to a platform and you're just like, I want a really cool looking page of links, and then they do nonsense like this, and suddenly you're just like in a weird bind of like, what do I do with this? Just listen, go talk to Linux and be like, hey, can I just like host a single web page on here somewhere? He's been offering that service forever. There are so many like platforms that are just free for you to just go here. HTML, UL, LILILIUL, HTML, the end. Like you could just do that and just like call that a day and go home. I am begging y'all to relearn the history of things so that we don't have to like appify everything, including this is just a list of links and absolutely nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the soapbox under the desk or scooting that away. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one last thing I want to highlight here, which I just happened to notice this one here. If you've a level of sympathy for the poor crypto fuckheads, remember this is the same scam that when pressed on Twitter about the age of consent would be what the age of consent would be on their magical blockchain island. The official Cryptoland account replied, "Mental maturity should be more than enough."
Gross.
This your new money?
Mm-hmm.
This your new money?
This your king? Is this your
Wait,
king?
what happened?
If you've a level of sympathy for these poor crypto fuckheads, remember, this is the same scam that when pressed on Twitter about what the age of consent would be on their magical blockchain island, the official Cryptoland account replied
The one that Molly
with,
capped out.
yeah.
The one that Molly called out.
Yeah. Mental maturity should be more than enough. Yeah, y'all keep fucking with these damn NFTs and blockchain and shit like that, man. Y'all just
It seems because I often say I've always equated like cryptocurrency as like a way to pay for like porn and drugs. Like that's
if I can't use cash for it, I don't need it.
that's the whole thing. Like if you afraid, like
But
oh,
if
I
you
can't
afraid to
use
put
cash.
your name on it, even though technically your name would be on it, because hello, it's a part of a ledger.
Mm-hmm.
We can see you. We
Yep.
can all see you.
We can all see you. We see.
And I
We
hate
see you.
and I hate this whole thing about people talking about Web3 is where you get own your content. I own my shit now. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's like it's got my face on it.
I own the originals. What are we doing here?
I recorded it. It's on my computer.
What are we doing?
Wow, I'm not allowed to say what I was thinking about that article I just read according to the Twitch TOS.
Oh, I really want to know now.
Oh, you probably know. I can't say it though.
Fine.
I will just say that I hope the people who are responsible for doing that to a medical facility in the middle of a pandemic that has the entire world in its grip meet the most extreme of possible consequences.
Oh, you mean this? The crypto hackers are holding a Costa Rican healthcare system for ransom for $5 billion in Bitcoin?
Correct.
5 billion Bitcoin.
I hope they meet the most extreme of consequences.
They got a pre-order of a hot rock somewhere.
But it's still, it sucks. It really does suck that this happened. But also, this is also the same country who decided to move their money to Bitcoin. Like their economy just got fucking crippled when they did it. On top of that, now their healthcare system is just fucked.
Mm-hmm.
These people did?
I believe it was Costa Rica. I believe it was one of the episodes we talked about where, as a matter of fact, I think it was last week's episode. Or last month's episode.
Yeah.
I was going to say last week's episode.
Shut up.
It's been 3 weeks.
Shut up.
Time moves differently.
I mean,
we have it.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
seriously,
As a matter of
I
fact,
haven't...
right here, it's this one, right? Costa Rica declared national emergency after oh wait, no, this is the massive hack. Damn it, which one?
Oh,
Was it this one?
Was it Costa Rica? Hold on, look that up.
I could have sworn it was Costa Rica who moved their money to fucking crypto.
Let me see. Which country?
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find out for you.
Hmm.
All right, so it wasn't last month.
The way they were having an Olivia Pope moment here.
Oh, was that? Wait, no, that's not it.
You know what? I wonder if it was something we were supposed to be talking about this month. I mean, in May.
It was El Salvador.
Was it El Salvador?
Yeah. That was in April 2022. And then I seen another one. I seen another country. I think it was the CAR. Central Africa Republic. They had became the second country to adopt Bitcoin as its official currency. So yeah, it's not the best of ideas.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, because I mean, if your money gone, if somebody come up and like, yeah, or they make, they take, get into your pockets, kind of ass out in the snow. So
yeah, this fucking sucks.
yeah, see, I wouldn't.
Now, I'm assuming, this is one of those things where it's one of those things of, even if they had, I would be like, critique where critique is due, but also who targets a fucking hospital in the middle of a pandemic? This is awful.
Yeah,
evil people. Because think about like ransomware. Ransomware is I guess you would think of it as like a zero sum. It's like basically anybody who opens it is a target. And typically
Well,
they'll target them, but they will be like whoever opens them. That's why we always say you need in-house IT professionals to be able to address this at the moment of the problem, and then that way, even
No,
if
that's
you
being
have
that's being reactionary. You need to be proactive, and you need to teach your employees, stop clicking links you don't know where they go.
I mean, that's of course they should. Of course, that's it.
We can sit there saying
But-
like, "Oh, we need IT professionals." No, we need motherfuckers to stop clicking shit when they ain't supposed to be clicking shit.
I mean,
I mean,
that,
both of them, but
That's the
like also
easier
like
thing to
the-
do.
I mean, that's
But-
that's the thing. But then also you need dudes to tell you that. It's like, hey, what are you clicking on them links? Don't click on those links.
Look, we ain't airing car commercials anymore. Let's just make PSAs. Stop clicking random links.
Yeah.
Do do do
That should be-
do. The more you know.
The more you know. But yeah, true. You know,
That could
So the
happen to
thing
you
that
at home.
and the thing that is like really like frustrating and annoying about this, more so than anything else, is that it's Costa Rica. Costa Rica, like many countries in that area, aren't necessarily overflowing with wealth and resources like that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because of like how economy things happen for so many historical reasons. And it's like, who targets the medical system of a country when you know for a fact that they're not going to have money like that to pay you back? You want to know something? Here, let me go ahead and like give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Someone was doing a Kickstarter for a game, and it's a tabletop game, and it looked interesting, and I'm a nerd, so of course I went and bought it. You want to know what they told me it was in their currency? 850 of their currency. Do you know how much that currency is here? $45. We know that things aren't balanced like that, and the people who did this also know that information, and that in particular is what makes me hate them the most about this.
Well, I mean, they already know that it was Russia.
Oh, Russia.
I'm sorry, it was suggested. Or it was
Russia.
suggested by a Russian-speaking group known as Conti.
It's Russia and North Korea most often, or the state actors.
Yeah, they're not saying. Yeah, they're not saying that they're state actors. I take that back. It's not necessarily state actors, but Russian-speaking hackers.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it's like, that's what I'm saying. Putin is literally like has a cabal of dudes that all they do is do like, you know, Russia, like ransomware, cyber crimes, hacking, whatever. As long as they give Russia a cut, they can do whatever they want with impunity, and they cannot be touched because they're based in Russia. So they can literally do whatever the fuck they want.
You know, the exact thing that Major's talking about is exemplified by the next article, so I'm just gonna wait until you cover that.
Oh, you mean Verizon downplaying that they were hacked and that their data was also held for ransom?
Yep, exactly that one. Do you want to like read the special note that they have in the article about how that happened?
Verizon officially responded to Motherboard about the incident. Quote, a fraudster recently contacted us threatening to release readily available employee directory information in exchange for payment from Verizon. We do not believe the fraudster has any sensitive information, and we do not plan to engage with the individual further. End quote.
Please read about 2 or 3 short paragraphs before that, please. Actually, here, I'll do it.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
anonymous hacker told Motherboard they obtained the data by convincing a Verizon employee to give them remote access to their corporate database.
Social engineering is a serious thing.
The amount of money you could not pay me to be this person. You want remote access to our database,
Well, no, it's
but you don't work here. I don't know you. How did you do that? How did that happen?
so one. It was It was the employee's corporate computer. So as far as we know, because again, this is social engineering. The the hacker may have convinced the employee that they were IT,
That.
got access to the computer, and then got access to the sensitive information from there. Not like he convinced some dude in a data center, hey, can you plug in this flash drive for me real quick?
I mean, it might as well have. Hey, can I have remote access to your computer? Listen to me. Someone could not come up to me in my emails and be like, me, but this is mostly because it's me for fairness. I would have been like, yo, IT, is this you? Because why are you sending me emails like this?
Well, seeing as that they got access to an employee database, I could almost guarantee that was probably somebody in HR.
That did what?
Gave the access. Somebody convincing enough to sit there and send email that would have looked like it was from Verizon, because you can spoof where an email is coming from.
Surely can.
No, like you have no. When I tell you that I literally live in terror of things like this. Someone sent me something one day and I'm just like, yo, IT, CC 3 people. And I was like, is this you? Like, you need to verify that immediately. The answer is no.
Yep.
Hey, I need you to install a program to, where did that come from? Who authorized that? I want information immediately.
Yeah, my wife just calls me. She just
My
calls
mom
me
does.
like, Marcus, what is this? Like,
No, I'm the person that everyone calls, so I have to do that, you know?
Same. My mom's like, what's this thing on Facebook? Oh, it's a scam, puppy. But is it?
So,
yes.
no,
My
like
wife
someone
asked
will
me
be like,
why was her Facebook black. I was like, I don't know. I don't use the app. Just walked away.
oh, that's the other thing too. What is your company? How does your company work, and what products do we use? I don't know why you're asking me. The company page is right there on the LinkedIn. Go ahead and read up on that. And if you
Yeah,
have any other questions, you can use
I
our
hated
contact
that.
form. Bye.
I hated that when I was working for NC State. They kept asking me like, yeah, so what is it that you do? How did you come up with that? I don't know. I don't give a shit enough to care. You are asking the
It's
wrong
like,
person.
what is it that you do? I'm an operations analyst because that is my literal job title, and you can find that if you can find it for free on the internet. I don't mind telling you. Anything else beyond that, though, if you don't get the fuck out of here,
There's a LinkedIn, the worker directory. Probably if I'm wearing a name tag, it's probably going to be on my name tag, or any kind of ID.
Merge just said, I treat all of Miss phishing emails. If that is not the truth, IT people, I will wait until you email me 3 times. You will have to slide into my DMs literally on Slack, and I will think about doing the thing that you just requested. Are you kidding me?
That part, because I'm like, like unless that person has told me, hey, I'm going to email you, and this is when it's gonna come, and then I'm like, cool, all right, and then I look up and be like, did you just email me? Yes, I just emailed you. What does the email say? The email says this. Okay, now I'll go and retweet. The manner of redundancy I have to do to let people know
And
that I do not want to be scammed, because if it's on me, then it's on me.
And it's the way that I work in IT, so it's like I would have to know. And now I work on the mail team, so I just got access to all the tools. I could find out, like, oh wait, this came from who? Okay, let me see where it actually came from. Oh, Mimecast? Oh yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep.
The way that I will sit there and unfold the little address thing and then see what happens when I put my little pointer on there and read that from the stat. It's the absolute most for no reason.
When it's like, oh, I'm from Amazon, and then I read, it's like half of the English alphabet, and I'm like, nope.
Hold on, I got you.
I see. There was supposed to be the letter A right here, but you put a 4. Nah, you a hacker. Get out. No, that was just my personal email. Well, don't use your personal email for work communications. Get the fuck out.
There you go. Yeah. Now send it again. Only this time the right way.
And mind you, some of this practice for everybody here. Before I did the thing where I'm an operations analyst now, I used to work in our support department.
Mm-hmm.
And so people would regularly write me socially engineered questions like, hey, I wasn't able to log into the platform. Can you give me access to this and stuff using whatever email account? I'm just like, right. So if you want access to that, that's perfectly fine. Who's your administrator?
Look, Ruin beat me to it, but yeah, the way you just analyze fucking message headers.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Like, I'm just saying,
I do
you're
that
like,
all the time.
was this like, what's the name of who's your administrator?
Mega.nz unknown with that IP
Because
address?
like that's exactly what I would do to deter people from asking me that in inbox. I would say, tell me who your administrator is, and I'll reach out to your administrator on your behalf, since you can't access the system, and ask them to give you access to it. And they were just like, and I'm just like, oh, I see that you have an email that answered that email in 3 days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close this ticket if you don't get off my fucking property.
That part. Because
And then I would still forward the message to the admin anyway and be like, I just want you to know that people are over here asking about this, so y'all keep a lookout on that.
mm-hmm. You're on notice. Because again, we are IT and
Don't let me be liable.
Like I said, we are IT and we are suspicious by nature. So we're all like, yeah, I didn't click on that link. You know, like, oh, I didn't click on it. But why you didn't click on it? Because they didn't tell me they emailed me. I would delete emails from people that I know because I know it could be how easily spoofed it could be. If nobody is told, especially if it's like, oh, a body of an email and like a nothing in the body of the email, nothing in the subject, an email address, and like PDF files. You think I'm gonna open that? You think I'm gonna open up zip files? When they come back, that's why I was so glad. I was so glad when people were texting people, because they were like, cool. Now you could just send them to my phone. You could just text the pictures to my phone as opposed to like trying to send it to an email in a weird folder attachment. And I'm thinking like, I'm not clicking on any of this. Nobody in the email, no subject, didn't tell me you emailed it. And then being like, oh yeah, I just sent you some stuff. Well, I won't be seeing it then. Try it again. You got me all the way effed up. Don't do me. Try Jesus, but don't try me. Because I will delete your shit. And I'm
glad. It's like at times, you lament when you don't have friends. It was like, man, like I've never had to do with any of this because nobody's ever emailing me.
Like try to be like a dude in the South, and like people are literally like emailing you shit, and you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh,
what is this?
Oh yeah, well no, I have gotten some shit from my parents. I'm like, man,
yeah.
the fuck out of here with this. I get the email. I'll call. What the fuck did you email me?
And then they'd be like, literally like, this was during the time of forwards. God almighty, I hated email forwards.
I forgot it was something my mom had said. I can't remember what it was. It was something money related.
Yeah.
And she thought I would use the information, but she just emailed me a link and that was it. I'll come to, what the fuck did you just email me? Well, it was just you were talking about. I figured this one. I don't know what this is. Why didn't you call me?
Call me. I'm like, why are you sending me this kind of stuff? And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, and then my mom's like showing me links of like, refinance your house with this special trick. And I'm like, Mom, it's spam. It's a spam or a scam. But it's on Facebook. Everything on Facebook can be bad. I said, the heck it can. I say it can be. I know exactly what Mark does.
But she is true. Not everything can be. Look, 99, like 100% of it can't be a scam.
Look, Mark is on some bullshit, and so I assume Mark is always culpable with it. The more when Mark be talking about.
Gone. Sheryl Sandberg's gone. It's gonna be better.
No, because we still got Mark. As long as we got Mark, it's still not good. I don't trust Facebook while Mark is running it. Same thing with Musk. Don't trust none of them because it's like you are invested and involved in it. They talk to you. You are the last word. You're involved with it. So when you got dudes up there stinking up the platform, It's you, sir. It's you.
Wow.
Who gonna tell? Who gonna tell Zuck
Wow.
no?
Had a
Had a whole
whole conversation with my uncle before I figured out someone cloned his account and was trying to get me to buy something on Facebook.
that you know what?
Wow.
That happened to my mom too. It happened to my mom, and we had to literally had to post on Facebook. If you got a message from my mom, a friend request from my mom, it's not her. It's somebody different. Somebody did that, and I know general.
Somebody tried to clone my wife's Instagram account. I didn't get mad.
Oh,
I got jealous. Cause I got a bigger following than she does. Why the hell you ain't fuck clone me? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Be like, damn. So,
Y'all
but yeah, it was.
fucked up.
I'm like, it was a mess. And then we looked at the clone account, and the clone account had like 5 of my cousins on there, and I was like, it was part of me like, yeah, I think we need to like
InfoSec training.
Yeah. So it was like all I could literally do was be like post on Facebook and be like, yo, if you got an account from my mom from this account, it's not her. Somebody's cloned the account, unfollow that, whatever. It was just that was just like an added bit to a Saturday that I didn't want to do. And then it's like my mom's miffed at me because it's like, well, they told me, but I'm like, you tell them to tell me. Don't whenever they tell you anything, they'll be like, hold on, let me go get my son. And if they tell you, and if you can't get me, tell them to call me and then have them talk to me. And then I'll handle it. Because I'm telling you and you don't know. So it's like, how? But for you to tell, okay, let me tell the 72-year-old woman who just started using iPads 3, 4, or 5 years ago how to use Facebook, and all she does is just look at Facebook videos and Facebook music videos. She just accesses. She doesn't use. She accesses. So it's like, but then you gonna tell her, yeah, they're making a clone account, and she's like, I don't know what any of this means. What clone? What? Huh? No, just tell. I just say if they have something comes up, tell them to call me. Tell them to text me, and I will straighten it out. And then my mom, because then after that, my mom has to either come get me, or she has to try to articulate what's happening to me. And it's kind of hard for her to do so. It's like, it's a mess. But anyway, yeah.
Do not adjust your TV sets. Yes, my camera is weird. See, Bruin says, I was able to ignore Musk for a long time. Now I'm learning I don't care for Musk. Reason was, who gives a shit about billionaires? I don't know. Never listened to billionaire is lonely. Just looking for likes on Twitter with bad memes, but just ends up getting hate from hard drive. Yeah, that shit was funny as a motherfucker.
That was funny. I saw that on Skill Up. Skill Up talked about it today. Or was it yesterday? Probably yesterday.
Like, you just mad, bro. You just mad.
Because see, I think my man is just bored. I think he's like because a lot of billionaires are bored. A lot of them are bored. They have all this money.
They have no moisture.
They're dry. They can't keep relationships because
all like billions of dollars, and you can't afford Jergens.
Well,
just bad skin. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, all them billions, and you can't like hold a relationship.
I mean, when you said a naming children math, naming children math equations.
I mean, sure, but more important, and probably more important to the point. Let me explain this to y'all. Seto Kaiba should have informed all of you that having money is not a personality trait.
I understand that reference. Yep. Mm-hmm. when set.
There's a list of things. There's a list of things that I have on that is not a personality trait list, but having money is not one of them. Y'all will be, and you know something? We're gonna address that small bit of misogyny for a minute. Y'all will be like, this person's only marrying this person for their money, and these people with money are out here either A, getting divorced, or B, cheating on their wives, and then having their wives have to make a whole ass album about them. Money ain't keeping nobody anywhere around here.
I mean, but ain't that just Taylor Swift's whole shtick at this point?
Well, we weren't talking about Taylor Swift, but since you're here, I was talking about lemonade.
Damn it, I forgot about that one.
Like a nice cold glass of lemonade. Hello?
I forgot about that one. My bad.
I'm like, see, that's what we're talking about. People have beefs, and they did, they don't talk to each other, or somebody's on the couch. Beyonce had problems with her man and made a whole damn album. And then my man had to make a album to apologize.
That damn near nobody listens to, because it's like, how are you gonna make a whole album to just like, what are you making this album for? That's not necessary.
Who?
You should have learned from Robin Thicke. That doesn't work out here.
Yep, made a whole album named Paula, and what happened? Man's gone. Nice sitting up here doing being the guest judge for Masked Singer.
I mean, we got that, and like, who else? Was it Nick Cannon?
Yep. Yeah, Nick. Yeah,
See, Ruin, you would say that, but I'm just saying. Wow. Jeff Bezos isn't married anymore.
Bezos ain't married no more. And
neither
she got
Gates, right?
Yep, Gates ain't married.
Jesus.
Musk, like Grimes had to run out. Oh yeah, Grimes is the one named the son with the equations. Because here's the wild part. They asked Musk about his son using the names, and Musk didn't even know the name. Musk didn't even know who he was talking about. This is old kid, dude. Seriously?
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Aren't you not? I mean, again, that's on YouTube. That's on YouTube. A reporter was calmly, respectfully asking him about his son using the full thing, and my man was like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean." Oh, you talking about my kid? And I'm like, "Bruh,
you're hiding a child."
You talking about Adonis, huh? Okay.
Oh, okay. Anywho,
the way Pusha T pushed Drake to be a better father, I would. He shamed him into being a father. And then Adonis started popping up places, and Adonis is like, dude, I'm 2. I should never be here at the MTV Awards. Why can't I be home in my Garanimals watching like Coco Melon? This is the ghetto.
This is funny because I remember there was an episode of The Read where they were talking about Adonis as being annoyed and being upstage looking like a Jamaican uncle. They had like a whole bit for that and everything. It was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Do you know that the Read is on fucking Peacock?
What, the podcast?
Yeah, it's like a video version.
That's fun.
Oh.
I think it's who's on the Read again? Like, so just like make sure I got the right thing.
It's two black people, Crystals and Kid Fury.
Yeah.
The way I'm running to Peacock.
It is on Peacock. It's on Peacock. I came across it just randomly. I was like, wait a second, is this the shit they were talking about? This is that show?
Yeah, we listen to the pod. We listen to like the podcast,
which I figured because like there weren't that many episodes of it, so it felt like it was just like this separate thing. But they also called it the Read.
Yeah.
Well, like I started as like a YouTube series, and I think migrated into being a podcast.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think this Peacock thing is just still something
wholly
different than that.
Yeah, these are funny enough. These are old. These are like this came out. I think these came out before Rona took hold, and so when Rona had taken hold, it just kind of went. It just kind of not so much went the way of the dodo, but it just kind of like it kind of fell by the wayside. They managed to get like a season out, Rona hit, and then it was like, well, we're back to the podcast.
Oh, okay.
We're back because they were doing like in studio, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna do virtual. So I think they do like what we do, and then so they can kind of see each other and react off each other's energy. But yeah, they're like remote now.
Okay, so I need to talk about something real quick, because I went to their website just to see what was happening with live shows and episodes and things. I'm on the Read website right now. In their products and merch section, the way the whole merch section just has like fat people on this is just great. I'm living for every moment of being like, they have like all sorts of like, they have, like body types across the spectrum.
And
wearing all of their stuff. It's so good.
And it's like they have like they have the stuff like the shirts, the hoodies, the leggings, the sweatpants, where it's all like break up with him, break up with her, break up with them. So that's awesome that they have like there's representation there. They have kids. I remember they had kids wear. So because children should never listen to the podcast, but
but people are determined that they do, so they make sure constantly to have things that they say on every episode to just be like, if you don't like it, a reminder, this is not a show for your kids.
Not a show for your kids, yeah. Show is amazing. Candles, booty shorts, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all different sizes, representation. Do-rags, like bonnet caps, masks. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely would rock a Reed do-rag.
Okay, let me get back on topic here because
we should probably do that.
Yeah. We kind of went off, but we ain't been out and around for
which is true.
We ain't seen y'all in a while, so we just gonna we basically sitting on like three weeks of conversation.
Wow, they actually go up to 5x.
Oh, but yeah, seriously, Major, you should listen to the podcast. It's a good time.
Do they put the shows on YouTube?
I think there's only like a limited run of things. Like have their like latest podcast, I think like sometime last week. Like I think you would just enjoy listening to it. You should.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Like because of how I'm working now, I don't listen to podcasts. I tend to watch them on YouTube, like on another screen. So that's why I'm like, if they have it on YouTube, I could cycle it into my.
What about desktop Spotify? Oh wait, you don't listen. Wait.
Again, I can listen to a podcast, but right now I'm currently I put things on my Plex server and watch them that way.
Okay. Oh.
It's like, yeah, if the shows were on YouTube, it would be great.
Mm.
Okay, so they are on YouTube, but it's like static image with the audio of the episode on YouTube for people who are on YouTube.
That'll work.
That is on that. The name of the channel is the Loudspeakers Network.
You post that in our chat.
Yeah, yeah. That's their podcast org.
Also, can we reach out to them and say, hey, can we secure your website? Just slap an SSL shot on there. Look, let's encrypt. It's free.
Hey, reach out.
Just this not secure part.
Yeah, just at them and just be like at Chriselle and be like, hey,
This makes me sad. This should not be for us.
Right, just dude, reach out, bro. Be surprised. Reach out to them on Twitter. Be like at them and then say like, hey, I'm a black coder and I would like to do your website.
Ruin, the storage is cheap. The storage is cheap.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, Major.
I'm trying to ruin it by hard drives. It's cheap, Ruin. You can do it. Anywho, let's move on to the next ransomware story. Ransomware group forces victims to pick any 5 poor children and buy them KFC.
See, if you're going to do things as hackers,
I still feel like KFC is a punishment for the poor children too, though.
I mean, if you're hungry, desperate.
You ain't gotta give them shit, though.
oh wait. Oh, I'm gonna put this in our group chat, and y'all can determine if we want to put in a late entry here.
Oh shit!
Because boy,
let's open this up on my phone. Well, it's not Activision.
No way.
It makes me feel bad for those involved, but it ultimately, just in the grand scheme of things, makes me feel happy.
It's like, I feel bad. But
for people who just want jobs, I feel bad for them, but...
Right. But for the company as a whole, because companies don't have feelings.
But they are people too.
Bad people. Good people.
We will briefly touch on this real quick.
Yeah.
Here, we'll save that for the end. We'll save that for like the last article in this section.
It's here.
Oh, you put it up on the screen?
Yeah,
you put it up on the screen already?
It's fucking here.
It's here.
Woof. All right. Well, I mean, I guess let's get into it then.
Coinbase is rescinding job offers for people who haven't started yet. We will rescind a number of accepted offers. We will also rescind a number of outstanding offers for people who have not started yet. This is not a decision we make lightly, but is necessary. Jeez, what the fuck is going on? To ensure we are only growing in the highest priority areas. Limited exception supply and will be managed by the same criteria as backfills. All incoming hires will be advised of their updated offer status today by email. We acknowledge and take responsibility for the experience of those impacted. This decision is not a reflection on the highly talented people who we had extended job offers to. We will apply our generous severance philosophy to offset the financial impact of this decision. To further support impacted individuals, we are establishing a talent hub to allow them to opt in to receive additional support services, including job placement support, resume review, interview coaching, and access to our strong industry connections.
Okay, so I need y'all to run this back for me. I want you to run this back to me logically. I'm just going to say what I understand, and y'all can say this back to me and let me know if this is making sense. You can afford to fire people that you haven't even had in your offices yet because you accepted these offers. Like, hold
on. Before we go for, just so we're clear, they're actually, because it was one thing, going off of screenshots and tweets, but here is the actual blog post.
What does that say? Because I can't see that.
Well, this is screen. It's where those screenshots were coming from.
No, I mean, yes.
Oh, update on hiring plans from their chief people officer. I shared an update with our employees today that I want to also share publicly here. TLDR, in response to the current market conditions and ongoing business prioritization efforts, we will extend our hiring pause for both new and backfill roles for the foreseeable future and rescind a number of accepted offers.
So you have essentially fired people before you even finish properly hiring them, and you can afford to.
They got precogs for that.
Yeah,
But you can afford to give money to people, but can't pay them to work for. Do you understand why I'm confused here?
Well, we understand you quit your job, so we can give you a little bit of money. It won't be a year's salary, but we could give you 3 months of it to say we sorry. Instead of hiring you for work for 3 months, we can just give you 3 months of pay. Allegedly, again, I don't. Again, it's their generous severance philosophy, whatever the fuck that is.
It's that it's like we're gonna give you money so you're not totally out of pocket, so you don't necessarily sue us.
But what is like? How much is generous severance?
Apparently not enough.
There are people who thought that whole families could live on like $1,000 a month out here. So I mean,
Shit, $1,200 once,
you know something.
$600 once.
I can't do it today. I can't do it today. I'm gonna have to go and
1400.
get like. I need a drink if we're gonna keep doing this because this is some nonsense right here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, $1,400 once, but it's 2,000 because it's 1,400 from this and then 600 from the other guy. 2,000, right? And I'm like, you raggedy old man! I swear to God. You better be lucky the last guy was such an asshole. Otherwise,
crypto is. It looks like it's just falling apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we've lost Sid.
Sid.
No, you haven't. I'm going to go get a beverage. I'm gonna need something to get me through, amen.
He's like, look, I'm finna go get a beverage. I'm turning my camera off. I'm bevving up. The earth is ghetto.
But yes, ransomware group forces victims to pick 85 poor children and buy them KFC.
Dear children, would you like to eat some greasy? I know you're hungry. But would you like to eat this greasy chicken?
As reported by security outfit CloudSec, a new ransomware group called Goodwill forces its victims to give to the poor in order to regain access to their files. Goodwill seems to originate out of Mumbai, India, and like other ransomware will encrypt important files on an affected device, requiring an encryption key provided by the hackers to regain access. Unlike typical ransomware attacks, which ask for money in exchange, Goodwill charges victims with 3 peculiar acts of charity. It is unclear from the CloudSec report how many people have been targeted by the group or whether anyone has actually gone through with the process. The first task is the quote, provide new clothes blankets to needy people of roadside and make a video of this event, with proof posted to Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Next, Goodwill targets have to, quote, in the evening, pick any 5 poor children under 13 of your neighborhood and take them to Domino's, Pizza Hut, or KFC. Then allow them to order the food they love to eat and try to make them feel happy, end quote.
There's got to be something weird about you like driving down the street and be like,
Look, 5 children.
Oh, I'm going to require 5 children to take them to KFC so I can feed them anything off the menu.
I mean, I can see a Pizza Hut because you got like it's a pizza party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pizza party, I can get that.
The hackers also want you to film and take pictures of the kids for social media. Very cool. This doesn't have the same vibes I think that these hackers think it does.
Cause I was thinking like, all right, pay
the money and it just gives them the food. No, like you have to go pick up kids and take them to a place and then film and take pictures of them.
Yeah,
I looked at this and I'm just like, I see where part of this intention was, but then you're just like, I need you to film things, and suddenly this has become a stranger danger episode.
Yeah, this is screaming CSAM to me.
This is giving white van energy.
Yeah,
I mean, hold on for a moment, because you know something, Ruin. Since you're talking about that, someone was talking in the comments about that one tweet that I posted about Coinbase and said, I mean, Meta's doing the same thing, so yikes.
I mean, like, Yeah, there's a lot of companies around that are doing hiring freezes or in some cases pauses, as I like to call them.
I mean, that's fine if you you decide you want to pause, but it's more or less like you decided, hey,
Yeah,
none
it's
of
the
that.
rescinding of offers that
Yeah.
screams
Well, like
not
here's the
great.
thing. It's the rescinding of offers and generally the freezing of offers, but particularly annoying is the fact that it's a tech company. Because as everyone here knows, those things take like 4 different rounds of individual effort interviews,
Yeah.
interviews with HR, panel interviews, and everything else where you have to come inside or on site or have to work on a sample project or some other nonsense that they make you do. And that process takes months of time. Imagine someone going through all of that to work at this place, only to then be told, so I know that you were really excited to have the offer and you had a hiring date. We're gonna have to take that back and just give you 3 months worth of what you would have been paid if you wouldn't been able to stay here instead.
Yeah, that does suck.
Because here's the other thing: if you work in tech, it is you have to do that whole journey again, the whole thing. Just
Yeah, I got something coming up in about 3 months, and at least I'm just hoping that in 3 months, at least I'm hoping that I'll still be employed. That's the thing. I'm just hoping I'll just still be employed in 3 months. That I was talking to my mom about that today, and it's like, yeah, I didn't think about that until just now. I think I'll be okay. I think I might be okay. They can extend the contract, right? Right?
like, am I gonna have to go fight people? Because I mean, in 3 months I'll be like well established and stuff. I can come down from the third floor and drop kick people if I need to do that. It's not a problem around here.
Hopefully it won't come to that. Like, again, the people that I work with, both at my job and with the agency, cool people. I'm hoping that something will get worked out, and it actually might be something I'll have to talk to somebody about next week. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Or no, I'm gonna plan to handle that beforehand, but it's not a conversation for now. Let's see. The final goodwill charge is to pay for the medical bills of someone who can't afford to, and of course, post it to Facebook at all.
This is where I just look at this and go, I hate it because it seems like this is the kind of stuff I want to encourage hackers to do, but then you're just like, I need you to not put people on social media because that puts people at risk or in danger for several reasons. There are several, but things around this that just feel very uncomfortable.
I think it's just
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the verification that they did it, and
I mean,
also
it could
and it
be,
probably
but
to shame the person. But yeah, because I think the thing is with hackers, they're more concerned with shaming people than it is with the safety and well being of literally anybody else.
I mean,
Anonymous.
it's giving me, do you want to play a game? Oh, sorry,
It
hold on, let
is.
me do this again.
No!
It's very much giving me,
Do you want to play a game?
and we
I
don't
like-
we don't want that.
I
I
don't like
knew it
that.
was coming. I just took the headphones off. I can't do it.
I don't like that.
I don't like
I
that
like
at all.
I think
It's the way that y'all are. You're like, we don't play with demons.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
especially in my neck of the woods.
So major, some people just encrypt all my company data. You mind if I take major legends KFC so I get it back? I gotta record it and put it on meta shit. You get to see it too, of course. This will give up on the data better than potential jail time for people thinking you're a predator. And who knows? Maybe that's what the fuck they're going for too. It's just it gives off super fucking white van energy. Some Saw mixed in, a little Squid Game mixed in. It's just it's really fucking weird. I'd rather somebody just like those weird ass scam emails I get where they said they're gonna post my my naughty video habits online. I'd rather you do that. Oh, jeez. This is. Sometimes I do read an article all the way through. Articles like this one I haven't. I just put it up there just for the sheer hilarity of buying people KFC. And then I regret reading the entirety of the article on this show. I just feel worse. Like if I did, I would have second thought about sharing this.
But then it's like, oh yeah.
Oh no.
Well, at least we had a good chuckle about it.
But now I just feel gross.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the real world.
Mm.
And speaking of companies who are definitely having a bad time because of just a random set of events that happened. iPhone spyware maker NSO struggled to make payroll, wants to sell to red flagged countries.
Be like, hey, Iran, you got us?
Yo, North Korea, you want to buy a hacking company? Russia?
You want to get out?
Russia?
You're in the market, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know the ruble fell to shit, but I mean, there's at least one oligarch that hasn't been sanctioned, right? They won't touch your girlfriend, Putin. I'm not going to go into most of that. I just wanted to highlight the fact that, yes, see what happens when you actually make effective change? And when you say, hey, we should stop the bad thing, and you actually do things about it, look what happens to the people who make the bad things.
Who'd have thunk?
Crypto. What's happening to Coinbase? iPhone hacking. What's happening to NSO? You see, Celebrite isn't going out of business. Even though they should too, but you know. In more Apple news, Atlanta App Store employees drop bid for union vote, citing intimidation.
Wow.
Just last week, the Atlanta App Store employees accused Apple of union busting as it repeatedly held captive audience meetings, with anti-union message to employees. In an email statement, the Communication Workers of America said it took the step because Apple's repeated violations of National Labor Relations Act have made a free and fair election impossible. The CWA also mentioned concern of rising COVID-19 cases among staff, which could affect the safety of in-person voting. Apple has conducted a systematic, sophisticated campaign to intimidate them and interfere with their right to form a union, the CWA said. Due to the National Labor Relations Board rules, the group will have to wait at least 6 months before petitioning again. No word on if the Atlanta Apple Store staff will pick up where they left off then. Ooh, geez, I read that all weird. The employees were poised to vote at the beginning of June, which would have been the NLRB's first election at an Apple store. Apple is happy about this decision. Apple seems to be grateful to have one less store to worry about right now. The company commented on this action, stating, "It is fortunate to have incredible retail team members, and we deeply value everything they bring to Apple. Quote, we are pleased to offer very strong compensation and benefits for full-time and part-time employees, including healthcare, tuition reimbursement, new parental leave, paid family leave, annual stock grants, and many other benefits," Apple continued. Apple, just so you know, you can continue to do this shit while having a fucking union. Just putting it out there.
Yep.
These things are not mutually exclusive.
I bet if you paid people what they worth, people wouldn't worry about no unions. But the reason why, that's what they...
Well, the reason why, like, it's one of those, hey, at the very least, like, Apple was just like, we're a little bit more encouraged to step up and do some things because this is also looming on the horizon. The other thing is, there's apparently a difference between withdrawing the bid for that union for now and just going, no, we don't want one.
I mean, yeah, because like with them withdrawing the bid, a lot of it's because of the fact that one, like they can't have that time to do it because of the fact that they're holding these meetings. Also, it's kind of hard to get everybody to vote in person if everybody is catching COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I still feel like is one of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of unionization too. I mean, we can look at compensation, but again, look at how these employees were treated at the beginning of this pandemic. The fact, I mean, well, I'm pretty sure GameStop employees, like they're probably just nothing but part-timers anyway who really don't give a shit. But imagine if GameStop was bigger than this. I mean, actually, no, you can't make that argument because fucking Starbucks, which I feels like is a worse off situation than fucking GameStop. But the way retail employees were being treated during COVID, especially the beginning when there was no PPE, no way to clean, nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And we were definitely so far away from a fucking vaccine. People were actually dying from the virus who didn't need to. Then, yeah, when things cleared up, like I'm pretty sure a lot of these conversations were happening during the beginning of the pandemic and like really picked up in earnest once people were actually at home.
Yeah.
They were able to sit there and talk and have these conversations with their other employees. Then when they all came back, said, "Hey, yo, you remember that? Yo, while I was out, while the store was closed, I talked to this dude. He gave me his card. We can call him right now. We can get this shit done." So yeah, that's what this is. Like, I mean, there is the part of compensation, but I think a lot of this is just workplace safety. And not to mention the fact, like, especially if we're talking about Apple, remember, they were fucking searching employees.
Oh, yes, right.
Because their fucking products are more important than the fucking privacy of their employees, given it's the company that believes in user privacy.
And like the thing is, apparently, I don't know like the depth of what the rules for this are, but apparently it is more detrimental to their cause for them to try to hold the vote for the union and lose than it is for them to withdraw and then wait for 6 months to try again if that's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because when you lose, you can always go back.
No, when you withdraw, you can always go back.
Yeah.
If you lose, and again, that's just Apple just boisterously. See, nobody wants this.
Mm.
Nobody wants this. Why would you do this? That's just dumb.
Mm.
And so there's a part of this that I have to, like, I'm guessing that for the employees, they were just like, strategically, it's better for us to just withdraw and like build up support for this and then come back to it in December at the end of the year than it is for us to try to do something now and run a risk when we know that there's heavy anti-union stuff going on and that people are sick because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right. And possible reprisals.
Child, the way the war against corporations versus like employees strategizing for this stuff and getting these unions up has been a wonderful thing to see for the last few months.
Yes, it has.
It has been.
It has been a magical time. I have loved every second of it.
Mm-hmm. And to see like people of color take the forefront. I mean, did you see
black ass dude right in the in their do-rag Tims and all?
Like,
yes.
I was literally like, no, my man did not go to Congress.
Yes.
Looking like he's just about to jump on Diesel Samaro. I'm like,
and then he jumped on Diesel Samaro.
He jumped, yes.
He was on Diesel Samaro.
I mean, my
No,
man hit.
he absolutely did that. And then when they were expecting him to be like whatever, he was just like, I would like to remind everybody, left or right, that the fact that these corporations exist is because the workers make it that way. And you would do well to remember that. Thank you. And then left was just like, I came in here wearing FUBU and I still went and blew your mind. You're welcome.
But look at this man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Also, the drip, immaculate.
Wearing grills in Congress.
I'm
bro.
like, I'm literally waiting for this like picture to go. Here come the brand new flavor in your ear. Brand new flavor in your ear.
Oh, you
Here
didn't
come
go
the
cracking
brand
back
flavor
with this.
in your ear. Brand new flavor in your ear. Or like, yep, get that.
No, it's don't sweat the technique in the background.
Doom, 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 doom.
But what I love, because like he came out, like they showed him going up against Graham, right? And I was looking for this quote here. Quote, so it says, in response, Smalls directed his opening statement to Senator Graham. Quote, I think that's in your best interest to realize that it's not a left or a right thing. It's not a Democrat or Republican thing. It's a workers' issue. We are the ones that are suffering in the corporations that you're talking about, in the warehouse that you're talking about. So that's the reason why I think I was invited today to speak on that behalf, and you should listen because we do represent your constituents as well. I said, motherfucker, let's go.
Yeah. Flip the table. Let's go.
Woo!
We love it out here. We love it out here.
You know, I didn't even know he had a Twitter. I'm gonna follow him on Twitter. Woo!
You know what's awesome when you find somebody like Twitter page and you like, how come I not follow? Like, how come I haven't followed?
Oh my god, are you serious?
What?
Dripped out trade unionist.
Yes. In your ear, brand. Cause that's what he wore when he won. Like that's what he wore when he won. When they won, and I was like, yes, do it again and again and again. And then people be having the nerve talking about, you're gonna have to pay more for like Prime, or you'd have.
I don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit. Because that's the whole thing. I'm like, well, if I have to wait, then I just have to wait. If it means people get better access to stuff, and
no, but people are out here lying whenever they say that. I am convinced.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those, well, if you do this, we're going to have to charge that. No, y'all don't, but y'all are going to. And that's the difference. People don't seem to understand that everything that we have to deal with in terms of money, poverty, and all this other stuff is literally made up. We don't have to deal with any of it. We just do.
Yeah, because the fact that y'all made a product that was fine in the beginning, and you were all good with it, that scaled up with it, that didn't really change, and you made money because of it, and it's your products, like, and it's all volume based, so of course you could basically just play you can just pay, and it's like you're shipping from your own truck. In certain areas, you're shipping from your own trucks, paying your own drivers, barely, and some not even really like employees. They're like subcontractors, so you're paying them a pittance on top of that, and then review based, and then like merit based, and then you got the nerve to fix your face like, well, if we pay them more, your services will go up. So,
I could just barely make out the back of his jacket. This is Eat the Rich. I want that so fucking bad, bro.
Yeah. There are two articles of clothing that I want super, super bad. Number one, there is, when you watch like Masked Singer, oftentimes when these celebrities are in their like, before they put their costumes on, they wear like this like hooded shade and hoodie and a shade mask, and then they have these hoodies that say on the front, it says "Do not talk to me," because if they talk to you, people could be able to figure out their voice. So they walk around silent with a hoodie that says "Do not talk to me." I want one of those hoodies. I want one of those hoodies. Do not talk to me. That's what I want. That's and then that one of those hoodies, Eat the Rich, and a Black Panther T-shirt with the necklace around the neck. That like pretty much one for day to day, one for the workout, and that's all I need.
Also, this man is my fucking hero, man.
He's definitely been my hero. He's living his best. Like I say, he's living his best truth.
Yes,
he's fighting for the work. He's fighting for the workers.
Like right now, I'm just looking for like the best image I can use for a thumbnail for this show because you know this man's gonna be on the thumbnail. I think we just seen it. That picture right there. Oh shit, yo! Yep, it's got the Eat the Rich on it. Yes.
Yes, here come the bad new flavor. I'm like, of course.
Also like the one where he was doing a Senate testimony too.
Yeah,
I like that one too. But yeah,
I seen that TikTok a lot. I love it. Yes. I love it every time. Because then you look over at Lindsay and Lindsay's looking busted.
Right.
See what do I always say? You fucked around, you found out.
Ooh. Well, nigga done talk back to him. Ooh.
Oh, from South Carolina.
This won't play right in South Carolina.
This won't play right in South Carolina.
Yeah, I can't hit that Mima voice. Anywho, ooh. Also, how much you want to bet that Biden probably thought he was a rapper at one point?
I'd have touched white man. Just saying.
Speaking of politics and big corporations. Earlier in May, some senators had asked Google. Actually, let's back up because it's been 3 weeks of this. So remember, at one point we were talking about how data collection could possibly be used to let certain state governments know, local governments know who's going to get abortions or who is looking for abortion services. Well, about a week or two later, a few senators got together, wrote an open letter to Google saying, hey, please don't let that data go out. To which I will say, hey, how about we just stop collecting data like that altogether? But Apple was not that far behind. 5 senators have asked Apple to also stop app data collection that can identify women seeking abortions. Again, maybe we can just stop the data collection period and we can just call it a day.
I mean, that's...
Didn't we tell y'all this the last time we had an episode where we were talking about this whole data collection thing and just being like, this is going to be a problem. Y'all know that, right?
Right. And like, I remember because you were saying something about this. I can't remember what the conversation was. It wasn't so much that people could they couldn't do one thing, but yeah, I could see it leading to data being collected that would point people in that direction. And yeah, it happened. And I hate that we missed that week's episode where it's like, you remember that thing I talked about? Yeah, that was totally going to happen.
What do we like to call those episodes?
Negro Thomas. And he struck again. Ha ha.
And his name was John. No, kidding.
That's the convenience fee logic. It's convenient to you to why I gotta pay extra. Exactly. What are we doing here? Let's see. Ali Ox, what's going on? Ali, how you doing? What's the data industry? Billions of dollars. It doesn't say it in this article, but yes, probably billions of dollars. They want all of your data so that way they can sell you things. But also know that people are willing to buy your data, to target you.
Did you see that? Did you see that episode of
last week tonight?
Last week tonight about that data collection.
Yes.
And I'm literally like, yo.
Yes.
I was like, yo. My man was like, "Oh, I have the data," and and my man hit targeted ads around the DC area.
He said he made 3 fake ads for. It was like, is your wife cheating on you or some shit?
Yeah.
I forgot what the second thing was, and like Ted Cruz fanfic or some shit. And he said he targeted to a certain demographic of people in Washington, D.C. And that data collection is so specific because it ties your IP address to it that there were 3 people within Congress using Congress's Wi-Fi or Congress's network to click on ads. One, why the fuck you clicking on an ad? Just why? Actually, that's it. That's the only thing. Why are you clicking on ads? But
Why you using the work Wi-Fi? You ain't got cell data?
oh, let's see. Yep, this is the Data Brokers episode.
That was wild to me. I was like, "Ayo."
Now, of course, I just saw that somebody is for those who haven't seen it, I'm gonna post a link in the. Apparently, there is a video saying, "Is it true that happened?" Even if it's not, even if it's true or not, whether or not he did it, just know that shit can be done.
That shit could be done. The literal suggestion of that alone, it's like the whole. It was like the whole like Madison Cawthorn thing about the coke orgies. It's like there.
Wait, which part of it? Which part?
Oh, it was coke. No, it was coke or orgies.
No, no. Which part? The part where he told on them, or the part where the pictures came out that he was actually a part of?
Right. So that's the whole thing. Is even if you make it up, which he did. I mean, I'm assuming. I mean, it ain't no big secret. It ain't no big secret that people in Washington get down how they get down. I mean, that ain't no secret. But really ain't no secret.
Yes, I do. But you know exactly what the fuck's going on, bro.
Like we don't got to talk it, but we just know it, you know. So it's one of those unspoken. It's one of them unspoken things.
It's one of those unspoken things. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, but I ain't saying. You get? You know? I don't know, but I know. So yeah. So it's that thing where it's like, even if you made that up, it's now made people ask the question, hey, what's the deal with the coke orgies? Because even if you ain't going to the coke orgies, you don't want to talk about the coke orgies.
Or the way, you know, every Republican congressperson was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing out here, bro?
Right. It's literally putting people in the crosshairs that did not need to be put in the crosshairs. Or that didn't want to be put in the crosshairs. And being like, huh?
But they don't have anything to worry about. He's not going to Congress, so
no, he's not.
He lost in the primary, so.
Yep.
But you know who won hers though.
Size in Georgia.
Wait, is that a good sigh or a not good sigh?
That's a bad one. That is an awful one.
It's an awful one.
Cause she out here talking just cash shit now.
She ain't got nothing to do. They literally.
Like, how you a congressperson with a show?
She ain't got nothing to do.
Like a boy housewife, nigga. You got shit to do.
And she ain't making no money because they pulled them up. Like she been fined for the mask rules because they had the mask mandate. So she been fine. So she just be walking up no mask, and they be like, "All right." Pelosi be like, that'd be $5,000 a day." Like it's gotten to the point now where it's like she don't even make the salary. She just kind of like she's just doing this for like pure spite
because she get money from everybody else. Yeah, we need some campaign finance rules, man. Anywho. Yes, my hero. I'm gonna put him in his own tab so that way he doesn't keep showing up.
Yep.
In more Apple news, judge rejects Apple's appeal to dismiss antitrust lawsuit filed by the Cydia developer. Apparently, the fine makers of the App Store for jailbroken iPhone says, "Hey, Apple has a monopoly on the App Store." Apple's like, "No, we don't. Just toss it out." And she was like, "No, no. You got proof that you ain't got no monopoly.
You ain't got no monopoly."
The judge looked at them and like,
just look.
now,
All
Timothy.
All she had to do is look at her iPhone and be like, show me where you don't have, show me where there's another app store. Go ahead. Show me where another app store. Where is it? Where's on the phone?
And in more App Store news, Apple cites $1.5 billion in App Store fraud prevention. $1.5 billion in App Store fraud prevention and latest push against regulators. This is another reason why they say, hey, we should not involve other app stores on our phones because of the fraud. People could get frauded. And how do we fight the fraud if we don't let them in? Let's see. Latanya Sweeney did that same anonymous data collection thing to pinpoint governor of Massachusetts home. Ooh.
Ouch. But I mean,
it's a thing. In good news, I have good tech news for you today, though.
yes.
Discord voice channels now have their own chat rooms.
That's awesome, because many times you have like those conversations where it's like you're in like, oh, I'm in like the video chat and we're just chopping it up, watching like, you know, Bridgerton or whatever. And then you have like your other chat where it's like you just want to like, oh, this is just where we want to just sit there and post memes. We can actually talk in like the voice chat part, and that's awesome. That's an awesome thing.
Or the fact that a lot of people who want to be a part of voice chats, but can't necessarily talk because they're at work, they're doing something else, but they can kind of keep up through text. Normally would have to ask the mods of the Discord server, hey, can you create a chat channel for the video channel? Now that's the thing that they don't have to do. They have the same functionality as Zoom, Google Meet, what have you, Microsoft Teams, where in the video call, you do have access to a chat that where people can still join the call, they can mute, but they can still participate in chat without necessarily having somebody create an individual channel to go with that video channel.
Right.
I'm curious about if they function in the same way as Threads, and that they have like a period of active time before they archive. But aside from kind of like how that channel works in like how it perpetuates things, I do know it's subject to the same rules as text channels. For example, in terms of viewing message history and stuff. And mind you, I'm saying this as in I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. I think the idea though is really cool and like a long time coming.
Yeah, so if you do
good on you, Discord, for doing that.
If you do own a Discord, I'm not sure what the threshold is. I imagine that it is very low because Major's House officially has the feature enabled. It showed up on Discord as I was getting set up for this call tonight. So Major's House Discord server does have it. Of course, majors.house/Discord. And speaking of majors.house, majors.house/merch. We can get awesome merch like this Tech Talk Thursdays coffee mug. We've got hats. We also have trackpad. We also have mouse pads and desk mats. So definitely majors.house/merch for all your Tech Talk Thursdays needs.
Considering how warm it is getting, I might cop a hat. Not gonna lie about that. Hey, Major, is that feature a thing that is only available for community servers?
I don't know. Again, I have it for mine, and I don't think mine is necessarily a community server.
Okay.
Like it just said, "Hey, do you want to activate it?" I was like, "Yes, I do." So I did.
Yeah, I think I have access to mine in the KVverse. So
And last bit of tech news, of course, during our hiatus, Google had their Google I/O and they announced the new Pixel 7. Think of it as you will. It does. I do not really like that. I don't like it. I don't like how that looks. Not a fan. But apparently, somebody was using a Pixel 7 Pro for a few weeks and did not realize they had it in their possession. In a new post to the Google Pixel subreddit, user AMC20 has revealed that they purchased their device from a Facebook marketplace listing where the device was described as a Pixel 6 Pro. This makes sense. This is Tech Today reported that they too found a Pixel 7 prototype on Facebook. In the post, AMC20 says that they were able to use the phone for 3 weeks without issue. In fact, it's not clear that the Redditor was even aware they were using a Pixel 7 Pro rather than a Pixel 6 Pro that was advertised. After all, based on the photo shared seen below, the prototype Pixel 7 Pro has the obsidian color option and looks quite similar to the Pixel 6 Pro in stormy black. The two phones could even have the exact same display tech under the hood. Unfortunately, things went awry yesterday once news of the loose prototypes were reported. According to the owner's post, the Pixel 7 prototype was remotely wiped by Google and made unusable. Turning it on now brings the phone directly to Android's fast boot recovery menu. From there, we can see the Pixel 7 Pro's cheetah codename alongside confirmation of our report that the Pixel 7 series will use the Samsung Exynos modem 5300. So, I mean, that's good on that guy. Up until the point where he now does not have a working phone. I'm hoping... Also, what is up with this logo? I just now noticed that, yeah, this is definitely not a G logo. That's an interesting looking logo on the back of that phone. Probably, yeah. Like, again, when I first looked at it, didn't even think much of it. But now seeing it, yeah, that logo definitely does look weird. It's something where I hope that Google will understand he did not know, or that they didn't know that they had a prototype phone, and that maybe they'll exchange, like they'll give him a 6 Pro if he returns that phone.
I mean, I hope that's the case.
And that, yeah, Ruin, like that's what I'm saying. Like I would say too, like this phone, given it's a prototype, it has to be ID'd to whoever sold it, whether or not it was stolen or somebody within Google decided they wanted to do something like this shit, just do some dumb shit like this, or who knows, maybe it was a Googler who accidentally shipped the wrong phone and didn't realize it, and it felt like, you know what, maybe I just won't say anything. But yeah, I hope that Google will ask for the phone back. They'll give the user like a Pixel 6 Pro. Like, thank you for returning it. We know it was a mistake. Here's a free phone.
That'd be a nice thing.
That was a lot of talk on tech. And boy, we got some gaming news to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Sony had a state of play today.
They did.
And here to talk about it is Kevin.
Hey. Okay. So
Real quick before Kevin gets started, Final Fantasy 16.
Mm-hmm.
Glory be to God. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, did they show? Summer 2023.
Yeah. So yeah, I was pretty much in the vein of like, I knew the state of play was coming, but I wasn't really sure when the state of play is coming. It's that whole like Pacific to like EST time conversion that kind of like throws me every now and again. So, especially when they say like 3, I'd be like, oh, it's actually 6. So, so Resident Evil 4. We start off the show with Resident Evil 4 remake, which again, that was like by far the most like surprising, not surprising news that they were going to make a Resident Evil 4 remake, because like 2 and 3 did really great, and then everybody's like praising like 7 and 8. So it was just a matter of course, I mean, if Capcom likes money and likes making games with the re-engine, they're probably going to go ahead and make probably going to make Resident Evil 4 in the re-engine. So they're just going to do that. So that was like, okay, that makes sense. And there's a good chance if 4 does good, we're probably going to get a 5 remake, so we can see Chris Redfield in glorious HD punch a boulder. So looking forward to that. So yeah, that's probably going to happen. Then I think like the next game that we got into like, oh, but it's also going to be in VR, and then we got a whole bunch of VR games. The Horizon
Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain. I thought that looked nice, because I definitely would like more sub stories in that world of Horizon, like having to fight the robot.
That's not it.
No, that's
yeah. I realized that was the sequel, but this is because nothing, like none of this is in first person. What the fuck am I watching?
Right. That's
this is it.
That's free DLC that they're gonna do, like performance updates, new game plus, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's really cool that they having like sub stories that fit in the world of Horizon. Like, oh, you can fight these bird monsters, you see those tall necks, and fight a Thunderjaw, and I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with that game. Like, I started it once, got to like maybe like 20%, quit, replayed it again, got to like about 40%, almost 50, almost halfway the game, and then kind of petered off. So I probably whenever like it comes, not whenever it comes to PC, whenever I get a PC version, whenever I get a copy of the PC version, I'll probably play it and see how far I get there. But it's always been a good series. So it's good to see it in VR. I think they also showcased a few other VR games.
Let's see, No Man's Sky, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
No Man's Sky VR.
No Man's Sky. I was really surprised that No Man's Sky didn't have VR, but apparently it didn't. So it's not coming.
Not on PlayStation.
Not on PlayStation.
It is on PC.
Okay, that's good.
I have played No Man's Sky in VR on PC.
Okay.
And yes, I did saw something I liked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Other highlights: Street Fighter 6 has been fully revealed.
It is.
Of course, Final Fantasy 16, summer 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I saw the thing. Spider-Man is coming to PC, baby. Spider-Man is coming to PC, baby. I can't wait to play it again.
So, can we also talk about the amount of fighting game aficionados who ate very well today? The State of Play made it clear that you have several plates waiting for you in the Fellowship Hall.
Mm-hmm. Certainly did.
I cannot wait to finally play this game in 60 FPS.
Mm-hmm. 4K 60.
Well, I mean, I'll only get it in 1440p, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's right, 1440p. But still, awesome.
Oh, does this mean he's going to have ray tracing in it, too? Because that I also can't wait for.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I definitely would replay it. I definitely would replay it again. Because I never played, like, the City That Never Sleeps DLC, so... Yeah, to be like do the whole Black Hat stuff and like the whole.
Oh wait, so does this remaster come with the with Miles Morales too?
No.
Fuck.
No, that's probably gonna be a whole different game. That's probably gonna come out in its own little time. I think, yeah, because I think Miles was the one that came with the remastered. It had the remastered. But yeah,
Let's see. Look at
yeah,
the
Miles is probably gonna be his own game. And that's probably gonna come out
Nope.
next
Nope.
year.
Nope.
What?
We are grateful to our PlayStation Studios partner studios, Nixus Software, for fully optimizing Marvel Spider-Man Remastered and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales for PC.
Ayo.
Yeah, we get both, baby. We ain't good, baby. Let's go.
Good out here. Listen, it's the way it's pretty much getting to the point now where I'm like, I don't really have to get
a console at all.
If Ratchet and Clank comes on a PC, it's a wrap, yo. Because like I say, Forspoken's coming out on PC.
Let's see. For now, we can reveal that Marvel Spider-Man Remastered will launch on PC on August 12th, 2022, while Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales will launch on PC in fall of 2022.
That's good.
Yes.
See, you hold out, you wait.
Well, I mean, I played both on PS4, but now I don't need a PS5 to play it, and it just the best possible way.
Yeah, I was thinking about copping Miles on PS4, but I was like, at that time, I was like, I already had kind of given up on the PS4, so it was a matter of, yeah, I'm good. I'll just wait. I'll just wait for PS5 or PC. Now I just really gotta get new PC.
I can confirm Miles at 4K 60 was like, oh boy. Well, I'm playing 1440p at 165 motherfucking hertz and NVIDIA G-Sync and HDR. Let's go.
It's about to slap.
Let's see. Yes, Stray launches in July and is a part of the new PlayStation Plus. The Callisto Protocol got a full gameplay debut. They just recently cut ties. This game was supposed to take place in the PUBG universe, but they decided to not do that.
Okay.
That was announced recently. Stray is about a cat.
Yes.
It's just a cat. You just play as a cat. You just go around this world and you do things.
Yeah.
Merge was looking forward to Stray. Maybe Merge can go into more details as to what cat Merge can go into more detail about what cat is. But Stray,
I'm figuring it's like probably like a platform adventure game where it's like, oh, you just you're roaming around this like city of robots as a cat. And then you're also like solving puzzles and like traversal and you know stealth, and you're like sneaking around these like robots, and yeah, kind of interesting.
And Tunic is coming to PlayStation later this year.
Mm-hmm. Wait for that. I'm waiting for the Xbox to be like Xbox to be like, we just been on Game Pass for like almost 6 months. Which yes, but PlayStation can get some
You
cute
do
like
cat things. What else do you need?
You do cat things, yeah. Yeah, you do cat things.
Well, speaking of all the Xbox heads, Phil Spencer reaffirms that Microsoft will not oppose the Raven QA union. Also, yes, congratulations to Raven QA for finally becoming a union. Merch makes a very convincing argument.
Yep.
So, congratulations to Raven QA for successfully creating the union, and congratulations to the Xbox team and Microsoft for showing that, hey, big corporations actually can play well with unions. Apple,
the Sun,
Starbucks, Amazon. Now this one was funny. In hey, you fucked up, and boy, your world is crumbling around you, and Here are the consequences of your actions. Activision Blizzard shareholders urged not to re-elect board members following inexcusable passivity. It is incumbent upon shareholders to hold these current directors accountable for their multiple failures.
Your multiple failures.
So, yeah. You love to see it. Hopefully that the people that they replace them with are, more smart. It's not inept.
Competent.
There we go. Thank you. Competent. I'm not great with words.
Same.
And just like in the real world, video game companies are also sanctioning Russia. Euro Truck Simulator 2 Heart of Russia expansion canceled. So now you can join the real truckers and not delivering goods to Russia because it just doesn't exist. EA execs individually speak out on women's and trans rights after the company decides, you know what, we just won't say anything. If we can't all come to a consensus, we're just not going to say anything as a company.
You're failing the vibe check.
Respawn boss Vince Zampella and the Sims exec Lindsay Pearsons have issued statements supporting the rights of women and transgender people as EA continues to be pressured by employees to make a wider statement of its own. Last week, EA acknowledged its lack of public comment over the current threats to abortion rights pending the U.S. Supreme Court decision on the country's key Roe v. Wade ruling and trans rights, which are the subject of ongoing legal battles in several states. At the time, EA's chief people officer Mala Singh said EA would only make a statement on issues when the company could present a consistent perspective from the company's global workforce. These things are hard and they're personal, and we all have our own perspectives, and sometimes we won't speak, and that will be upsetting, and I understand that. We really do. Didn't they say stuff about BLM, back in 2020? Because I'm pretty sure there are people at EA who's, like, fuck them niggas. But just... Boy, this silence is deafening. And I did not pause the music.
It's the really exhausting thing of always having to be that and being like, all right, well, it should be really easy to say. Like humans across other variations and shades and types and all that other stuff, just be allowed to exist and not be made to suffer unnecessary things or to be treated as second-class citizens for any of these reasons. And it's the simplest thing that I feel like most people should be able to agree on. And I say, well, we wanted to wait until we could have a unified statement. All right, listen, just drop the at. Who is it exactly that thinks that who's thinking otherwise about these things? No, like at this point in the game, drop the at. We won't even bother you after that.
Clearly won't.
Apparently, we won't trying to fuck up like Jim Ryan.
Especially because here's the thing, for them to comment on that, it's not like they wouldn't have to comment on the fact that a couple of things are going in the United States that impact the rights and autonomy of both of those groups of people.
Wow. Or, you know, there is this other thing too. They ain't trying to fuck up the bag because they are looking for somebody to buy them.
I mean, they're not trying to fuck up the bag, but I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work, considering that people who work there are being impacted by the stuff that they don't want to talk about. So,
you remember the conversation we had where people value things more than people?
Wasn't that like 30 minutes ago?
It was. I believe it was Apple who is in talks about EA. Or one of the companies interested. Let's get to deals. We got deals.
Girl, get me out of here.
We got deals for you this week. Assassin's Creed Origins Encore is coming to Xbox Game Pass in June. Of course, this is the first game. This is the first Assassin's Creed after their hiatus, after Syndicate. The Egyptian origin story is coming to cloud, console, and PC on June 7th.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Perhaps that's in line with the not yet officially confirmed 60 FPS update.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give that a try on the ass.
Space Combat Game Chorus is also coming on June 7th across cloud, console, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, For Honor Marching Fire Edition is out on June 1st, cloud, console, and PC, followed by Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, console and PC on June 2nd. Lastly, on June 7th, also bring Disc Room for cloud, console, and PC, and day one release of Space Lines from the Far Out on console and PC.
Which I think might be a contender for a third place.
The addition of Assassin's Creed Orange. Wow, some fucked up. The addition of Assassin's Creed Oranges, and for because that's what it says.
Somebody didn't proofread.
The addition of Assassin's Creed Oranges in For Honor also marks an improvement to the Xbox app on PC, so it's easy to search and install Ubisoft games via Ubisoft Connect. Could Uplay Plus or Ubisoft Connect Plus be coming to Game Pass? Eventually, Game Pass is going to have a price increase. I am now convinced that that's going to happen, and it's going to be sad one day.
Yeah.
The following games will be leaving the service on June 15th. Darkest Dungeon on cloud, console, and PC. Dungeon Dragons Dark Alliance on cloud, console, and PC. Greedfall, cloud, console, and PC. Limbo. Wow, that's now leaving?
Yeah.
This has been on there for a while. I figured that was going to be one of the ones that was going to stay forever. Limbo
Same.
on cloud, console, and PC. Worms Rumble, Good Riddance on cloud, console, and PC.
Like the one thing I'm probably gonna miss is like Greedfall because I had it installed and I never played it, but then it was like I got this avalanche of games, so it was just I never got to it. It was
you got 13 days.
Yeah, I ain't getting to it. Again, I had all these months to play it.
13 days. You got 13 days. You got it, man. Just look. You ain't got to play it on stream. Just fire it up.
No, Sam Rock won't let me. Sam Rock will be like, "Don't you?"
Even like non-stream time. Like even if you fire it up right after the stream.
Sam Rock won't let me because it'd be like you can only play a few games, but you gonna come back to me.
Well, I'm not saying you gotta leave it. I'm just saying. Look, you got into the 15th. Sam Rock will be there. Just play it till the license just expires. They can't launch it anymore. I guess it's back to Sam Rock. And more Xbox gaming news. Super Meat Boy, The Avon Colony, Project High Rise, and more is now available for free if you have Xbox Game. If you have Xbox Live Gold. On June 1st, city building strategy game The Avon Colony arrives. And will be there till the 30th. Project High Rise Edition comes on June 16th and will be here till July 15th. And for the backwards compatibility fans, Super Meat Boy is coming out is available now until June 15th. And come June 16th, Rascals will be available until the 30th. And you also have access to the Inner World the last month until June 15th. And of course, because it is Pride Month, tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
All right, I know.
Which some people felt about this particular game. So,
so Tell Me Why is free to download on Xbox and PC in celebration of Pride Month through the Microsoft Store and through Steam.
Right.
So there is no excuse for you to not have this game. I've played it. It is really good.
Yeah, I owned it on Xbox when they gave it away for free on Xbox, and then I got it again but I hadn't owned it on Steam, so I got it on Steam. So
it was a really good game. I definitely recommend you download it, play it. It's not a game that will go away at the end of Pride. Like it is a game that it is free for this entire month. You have no excuse. It's on fucking Steam. I don't give a shit if you do not like the Microsoft Store. That's great because it's on Steam.
mm-hmm.
No excuse.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Major said, "Get your life right."
And even then, the first episode, it's forever free. It's 3 episodes. I think it's 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Same people who make this is from Don't Nod, who also changed their name to Don't Nod.
Right.
It's actually just like it's actually now spelled correctly. DON''T space NOD.
As opposed to trying to be a palindrome.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just now noticed that. Fuck. I've been a fan of this company for a while, and I just noticed that.
Same thing. Frontwards and backwards, like race car.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Tell Me Why it's free. Xbox, PC, via that Microsoft Store, or through Steam. Get it now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an episode. Sid,
Mm-hmm.
what you got going on this week?
Well, aside from telling y'all stop saying be gay and do crime unless that's what you actually mean, we're going to see about maybe seeing a couple of friends, doing a couple of nails, domestic duties, and continuing into the adventures, or the misadventures rather, that is trying to get an apartment as an adult. Games, 2 tabletop games, one with Neon Lights Roleplay on Sunday, one on Wessel Housen's channel, teaching one of my last 2 salsa classes in the state of Georgia, and then coming back here to hang out with y'all next week. Oh, and the Hollow Knight Final Pantheon. Oh my god, the Pantheon.
The Pantheon.
So, I'm a sucker for stories, right? I like the completion things aside. I just want to do all the story things. And I have maximum completion percentage, but there's one little bit of lore left that wraps it all up. Unfortunately, it is behind a nice sizable chunk of boss fights, and now we're working our way through those.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I have made it to fight 29 of 42.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are incredibly stressful, and I am like to the point where it's like I go in there and hey, and then like Perpetual is like, hey Kev, and it's like, hey Kev, and it's like, because he cannot, because like Sin cannot take his eyes off the screen once. It's like near like pixel perfect frame timing, and I'm like, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for this. I maybe have like a threshold of like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna go into lurk mode now. This is
This is stress inducing for me, and I'm not even playing the game.
like this is stress inducing to me. Watching Sid be like, okay, and then like Perpetual is like giving him coaching like Mick from Rocky, and like you gotta eat lightning and crab thunder, and I'm like, you're doing good. It's like it's so like awesome, like having like somebody that's just watching it, and then he's like commenting, and then and then like Sin's doing his thing, and I'm just like, oh Lord, the stress, oh Lord, the stress, oh, and to see like Sin win like 5 fights and then get like trounced in the 6th, and then have to start back over again. I'm like, whoo, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like I was getting fed up with Kirby. That's just how I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this to end. Yeah, I'm ready for this to wrap up. Cause I'm like, oh Lord, I done did this fight twice. Twice? I'll have to come back. I'll have to come back to this in like 2 months to finish up the end game stuff. But no.
So is that it?
Yep, that's it for me.
I kind of took over that part, but I'm
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
by
well-
all means.
Well then, yes. Continue, Kev. What's going on for you this week?
Mostly adulting, and of course there's a little something happening to the side. I've been working.
No, just go on ahead and tell us we're having a little date over here. Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not date. It's
Oh,
something
is
else.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't want to say until like, I mean, we all know, like the peeps know, but until like I'm 100% sure as to what happened, I don't want to speak on this right now until I'm 100%.
I mean, you can also just claim it.
Yeah, but I'm claiming it. Claiming it. We're in the process of getting to work, and I like thank Major for that. And as always, and I finally did like some of the last bits of things that I had left. Did the assessment. I am mostly proficient. Yeah. So, so yeah, we're doing that. We did the tech assessment. Sent the updated resume, which I think was like 2 extra sentences, and then the references, and so yeah, we're on the road to find employment. It like that letter that I got in the mail that really like it kind of like it wasn't bad news. It wasn't bad news. It wasn't good news. It was more like these motherfuckers news. That's pretty much was the news. And it was like I went through something like that during the beginning of pandemic. The state of Georgia had to reverse that because it was the fucking pandemic. All that shit went out the window. So it was then like, oh, so yeah, so now that the pandemic is quote unquote over, they were like, no, we want you to kick back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm taking my life back. Who do I need? I did the Twitter thread, and I was like, no, I'm doing better for myself. I'm taking my life back. And then it was like Major was like, hey yo, I know a guy. Give me the resume. Man called the next day.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
So
like I saw what Wonders it did for Tycho, so I'm like, bruh, let me try with a second guy.
Yeah, because I'm like, I've been out the game. It's been one of the things where I've been out the game for so long. I was like, my resume. I've been out the game for so long. My resume had my old like address for the iPhone, like the ME. That was the end. That was the.
And I asked you because like he found you on LinkedIn, and so this is the first time I ever seen you on LinkedIn. I was like, yeah, I might want to reach out to him too because it don't seem like this has been updated in a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because that's what I'm saying. I've been at the game
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
So it's mostly been like me doing my caretaking stuff, streaming, content creation, and then maybe like odd jobs around town, kind of like doing my own little thing. But it's been like working sector, been surprisingly dry, and so it's been like, yeah, I'm tired. Like I've gone through 2 years of nothing, of like 2020 was supposed to be my big push into things, and then and then the pandemic just stalled it because this pandemic kills everything that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like, well, after 2 years of self-pity and like being in need, and then being like, you know what, I'm gonna take my life back. And I'm just like, I threw it out there, and I'm like, and then people were like, you got this, we believe in you, Kev. And I'm like, so that kind of warmed the cockles of my heart. And so we're making moves. I'm hoping to be in a better place this month, maybe in the summer. We're hoping. And like just to be back on my feet and actually putting points on the board. Because again, it's been dry. It's been kind of dry. Like my love life, it's been kind of dry.
Sounds like things are picking up though.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this month let's look at all Kevin.
It was like the summer Kev, because it was like, oh Lord,
Yes.
I went on a date, and I was like, huh?
I'm about to get a job.
About to get jumped?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm like the content been contenting. I'm like,
Spider-Man's about to come out on PC.
like, yeah, I'm looking at PC parts now, and I'm like PC GPU prices starting to come down. I'm like, dang.
Crypto companies are crashing and burning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's always great. I'm like, roast marshmallows on their on the charred remains.
This month's looking all right.
I seen a good recipe on TikTok where they take like a strawberry, wrap it, like dip it in marshmallow fluff, roast it over an open flame, and then cover it with chocolate.
That's my life now.
Jesus Christ. Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so yeah, that's working on that. Crossing some I's and dotting some T's, and yeah, I said what I said.
Look, Assassin's Creed Oranges.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Oranges. So yeah, and also probably playing Assassin's Creed Oranges sometime next week. But yeah, that's pretty much
Citrus Assassin.
Yeah, Pinterest Assassin. Yeah, I'm taking my life back. So yeah, that's what I got going on.
Fighting the scurvy.
Little scurvy round cheer.
Were there oranges in ancient Egypt?
Be like, probably not oranges, but probably some other like
citrus fruit.
Yeah, citrus fruit. Yeah. I was like, we the best immune system.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that's it for me.
Oh, let's see. For me, just bouncing back from fucking COVID lockdowns after essentially being told that, hey, as long as you're testing negative at home, you should be okay. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Best Buy. I doubt it. But hey, at least I won't feel guilty about picking shit up in my car again. Eventually, because I wasted fucking 3 weeks and didn't do it then, eventually I'm going to probably reinstall the OS on this PC. Also, one article that I think I forgot to include is the fact that, yes, Windows 11 is now GA for everybody. So I think I'm going to be I think I'm going to accept Windows 11 into my life again. I'm not gonna fight it, is what I'm saying. So if I reinstall Windows 10 and they say, hey, do you want to upgrade to Windows 11? I will accept it into my life again. That's something the guy on the horse right when you finish your tutorial. Oh, I guess we're talking about some Elden Ring. Which surprisingly, the people are still talking about that now in June. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is that yes, I picked up some new monitors for my workspace.
Yeah.
Because I've been spoiled by these 1440p displays that I have here, only to go to work and be like, everything looks so big and I can see all the pixels because I'm such a resolution snob now. I need the crispest of images and the tiniest of icons that I can barely read. That's how I know I'm getting the best. If you are looking for a relatively inexpensive 1440p monitor, I do recommend. I'm gonna go find the link. I'm gonna put it in the Discord, and I think I tweeted it some time ago. There's some LG 24-inch 1440p monitors, 75 hertz with HDR and AMD FreeSync. So 1440p monitors with HDR. Unfortunately, on Linux, that means shit. It means absolute shit on Linux because there is no HDR support. But on Mac, at least one of my monitors is recognizing the HDR, which I promptly turn off because then they look different and weird and it's crazy. But yeah, so that's the whole thing. Can't wait to do that. Working on some server stuff. Trying to get some monitoring stuff set up so I can be notified when shit goes down. Shout out to Telia, who I discovered today had over 1,300 false accounts on her website. Apparently, a bot got access to some part of the WordPress API and was creating a shit ton of accounts on her website. So that was fun to deal with. Also, they were fucking up my my SMTP service, my SMTP relay in the process. That's how I found out about it. And yeah, eventually after reinstalling the OS and getting my mind right again, I'm gonna try to get back to streaming. I am sick and tired of resharing the last 2 Watchdog streams that I've done on Twitter. So I was like, man, I eventually need to make new content at some point in my life. So yeah, let's get on that. So hopefully soon get back to doing some more game streaming. Waiting to see what LANFest meeting dates are going to look like now that we're bringing in more people. People's availabilities are going to change, so that may change when I stream, but I will fight like hell to make sure Thursday is never taken, because that's just branding at this point. That's just fucking branding. It's on the tin. We can't have Tech Talk Thursdays on a Monday. The fuck is this?
The only other option would be Tuesdays. Tech Talk Tuesdays.
Ah, damn, you're right. Also, I asked
and that gives me a reason to buy tacos.
I asked Anka to hand me if she could share with me the assets to the show. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So ultimately, I am going to just hit her up and say, hey, I will pay you if you just do modifications for me, because I have no clue what I'm doing.
No, and then, of course, you can always do Tech Talk tonight.
Damn it. Yeah, Anka, please save us, because, yeah, there might be some changes happening.
I mean, we could be like Tech Talk today, Tech Talk tonight. There could be variations. Who knows?
But yeah, well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I really don't want to have to change the title.
I mean,
because that's less modifications I have to ask for. But yes, I will be asking for modifications soon. I know we've been talking about some things for a little bit, but a specific conversation between us picked up recently, as of today, So really excited about it, and I actually would like to talk to these gentlemen here to figure out when we can make that happen. Also, that way we can get Anka to make the necessary adjustments so we can do that. Or at least provide me with a template to where I can do it myself. But on that note,
Oh, hold on.
oh shit.
We got
Let me
breaking
put
news?
this in our group DMs. This is happy breaking news about our favorite person.
Oh!
Did y'all see this?
You know what?
I'm seeing it now.
Let us project this for the masses. They need to see this.
I'm gonna make it big too. Good lord. Oh lord.
Is
See,
This is from Logitech for Creators. We're working to break down barriers for creators, and we need your help. Nominate your favorite BIPOC creators to get new gear by tagging them and using Creators for BIPOC. We're continuing to give creators this month and all year long. Hashtag AAPI.
I'm so proud of Anka Donka. My baby's going off to destroy people. Like the baby sister I never had.
Hold on. Just yep, just enough O's and enough A's and enough T's. Oh, you think we could have used more T's? I'm sorry. Damn. I committed to that tweet now. Look at that. This just spoke into existence. It's great.
It's so lovely. It's so lovely. We love this for her.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to this week's episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Of course, if you are watching us live and you would like to catch previous episodes, majors.house/TTT is where you can go to catch the audio versions. YouTube.com/MajorLinux. Look for the Tech Talk Thursdays playlist if you like to catch the videos. And of course, if you're watching this on the archives, you can check us out live 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/MajorLinux is where you can find us. You can be in the audience holding court with us. It's great. It's fantastic. You gotta love it. On behalf of Sinziak, on behalf of Kevin Kev, on behalf of the GOAT, Idios and Anka still out there doing the damn thing. She was also one of the last people I saw in person before I went locked down in COVID. Luckily, she did not catch it. Unfortunately, I did. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for June 2nd, 2022. Again, happy Pride Month to those who celebrate. Happy Pride Month to everybody. Even if you aren't a part of the Alphabet Mafia, hey, it's a reason to celebrate too. We celebrate the lives of those who are a part of that community. We celebrate them. We love them. Thank you so much. On that note, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you and peace. How?
Wakanda forever.